Hello! That was weird. Everything glitched out. Welcome to Courtesy Flush. Let me fix that. There we go. Wow, 700 millisecond fade out. Anyway, tonight we're going to be playing Star Trek The Adventure. Star Trek, which is a game that's on Tabletop on a video game thing with friends and stuff. I'm going to jump into their Discord real quick, and they'll be in there. Music off! I'm going to jump into the Discord.
He's here!
Yeah. Hey, there we go. Look at that.
I can't make noises.
Yeah, they can't make that. There we go. Hey, everybody. They can hear you now.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This
All
is
right.
when
So
we cuss
people are
about
going
it.
to hold on. People are going to need a recap DM. They got to get caught up.
Yes. Let me pop on over to the screen. Oh, there's a screen.
Over.
Anyway, so last time on Star Trek.
Star Trek Deep Space None.
Space lock, space.
Yeah. So last time, so just to give you guys a heads up on what this actually is, this ship that they are on, which I'm going to zoom in here, is
Fucking trash can in space.
Good ship lollipop.
it's the USS Essus, which is an Antares class vessel
SS.
in the original series era. And they are a crew of basically last chances. Everyone on this ship was kind of put here. They weren't. This isn't an assignment. You're like, oh, I want to do reclamation. These guys were put on this ship because this is literally their last chance at being in Starfleet and not being in prison. So
Heck was promoted after his last ship exploded.
I like how he read my
Hysteria.
sheet and he was like, why are you here? Loves friends, has a friend, humanity first. Oh, that's why you're
Racist.
So everybody on this ship, including its captain, is basically given a chance to try to, regain their reputation in Starfleet and just basically not be in prison at this point. And this is the only ship in the original series Starfleet era that have Gorn serving on it. Yes, somehow these two Gorn from the Gorn hegemony have joined Starfleet as they were already on their own ship, so they were kind of given field commissions, but no other fleet really wanted them on their ship, so they have no choice but to be on this one. And serving under them are a motley crew of people who are all coming from some pretty horrible backgrounds. So let's start out with the captain. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're doing.
Captain Horatio, no first name or last name, just designation Horatio is about on
First name Captain.
Yes, first name Captain. On a scale of 0 to Nick Nolte, he's about a 9.
That's a lot of nulties.
Yeah, he's a lot of Nolte on the Nolte scale. He's horribly burned out. He chain smokes, he drinks, he has a long history of working in Starfleet. He's done some very unsavory things, and that's to say something in the era of Kirk. This is his last command. He's trying to make it out long enough to where he won't go to prison, and maybe people will forget about half the things he did. His favorite method of dealing with things is screaming at people and threatening to kill them.
Yeah. So that's our captain. He's currently serving as commanding officer of the Essus. Our first officer is Ross Campbell. Tell us a little bit about Ross Campbell there.
I play Ross Campbell, and he's your run-of-the-mill shit security. That's pretty much it. Last episode, though, someone abandoned their post to contact him personally instead of the operations officer, and he had to go down and karate chop that man, and accidentally broke his spine.
Yeah, we'll get to the spine broken Daniels in a second. We just want to get it.
Yeah, he'll probably do a
He will receive the best medical treatment.
he'll probably do a proper recap of all the horrible things.
Campbell here didn't exactly mesh well with other non-human crews, and he might have pissed a few people off.
Oh.
So now he's here.
That's weird, really? I would have.
I know.
Yeah,
It's
shocker.
almost like he wants to put humanity first above these filthy aliens.
Oh. So that's basically Ross Campbell, your typical security officer, security officer, who is the first officer on the Essus. And we have our communications officer, who's basically the fucking first officer. Diggs, who's playing as Orion. Tell us a little bit about Orion.
Orion is an Orion, and probably the best Orion you've known, or ever heard of, or seen. Not many people have seen me, and that's a problem, and they will eventually. But I love talking on the phone to people over long distances, so I can pretend that I'm cooler than I am over the comm. I make sure that only the important messages go through, and sometimes I allow the captain to talk.
This expert cat, right?
Yeah.
I'm here because I refuse to let my teachers at Starfleet finish their lessons without talking about how cool I was, and they should be blessed to have me in their class.
Orion is
But
that.
they needed at least one Orion hire, since the women aren't allowed to work outside of pleasure planets, and I was the one they decided should be the hero or just get rid of. But I'm here.
If for anybody who doesn't really play Star Trek, the Orions are basically green-skinned humanoids. They're just green-skinned. They're not scaled. They're just like somebody took like spray tan, but it's green, and then they just sprayed them.
They're ultra chads.
They're very big. Yeah. They're how tall is your guy? Like 7 foot tall or something?
Yeah, but he never leaves his chair.
He's sitting in the seat where Uhura would be sitting on the Enterprise, with his like leg extended out, and he's got the little thing in his ear.
And
So
I never leave the chair unless forced to by some magical forces.
We'll
I'm
get-
pretty much the Sparks from C Lab, but in
Yeah. We only played one other game before this, and it really pretty much was C Lab at I'd say, or Space Station 13. So that is Orion, the Orion, and also we have our two Gorn, who are serving as Chief Medical Officer and Chief Engineer. So let's start with the Chief Engineer, Slar. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am Slar. But Slar is the Gorn from the show that fought Kirk and somehow is back on the thing. He particularly he values 4 things. Attain knowledge, hate Kirk, really fucking hate Kirk, and acquire research.
Yeah, his values is literally I hate Kirk and all humans named Kirk, and really fucking hates Kirk. Values are important to the game's progression, and those are things that he wrote himself. So, Slar is a very angry chief engineer, and so far has only failed to start the engine out of dry dock. That's about the only. Other than that, you've been pretty much punching every computer, and it's worked. So
Just didn't punch it hard enough that one time.
yeah.
Exactly.
use Boulder.
Yeah,
Boulder is only for extreme circumstances.
you know what's funny is the last time we were playing, we are like, oh, you don't have a boulder. Then you go to his equipment and he has boulder there. So I think I just misread that.
No, I added it afterwards because it slowly progressed to,
Yeah. Okay. I'll allow it. That's fine. I think that's cool.
Yeah,
You can have a boulder. Hey, if you can have fucking 60 chess or whatever they were playing.
It's like a backpack. It's just a boulder that has straps nailed into it.
My rock pack.
And then also is
Gorn multi-tool.
our other Gorn, Grekek, who is the chief medical officer. Tell us a little bit about yourself there, Grekek.
Grekek is a Gorn of much knowledge and many expertise. He is raised as a diplomat, but he's also trained in human anatomy and human engineering. They're very similar fields, after all. You know, humans go back together just like their machine. And after his previous ship mysteriously exploded, very fragile ships, he was assigned to this ship. It is a wonderful post, and he looks forward to many happy missions.
It's interesting because in the last ship that he was on, it was a Gorn ship, and he keeps telling everyone it was Starfleet, and everyone's intimidated by him, so they just accepted it.
It was Starfleet. Do not lie.
Anyway, and then we also have
Dishonor, Grekek.
we also have a new addition to the crew that we will figure out how to put into the game. Is where is it? Oh, Drac, who is a Tellarite. Tell us a bit about yourself, Drac. That is.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah.
Am I working? The track sound like I am the chief operations officer, and I'm a Tellarite, which is basically a short, pig-faced man who disagrees with everything and lives to argue and be a general pain in the ass.
Very tasty.
And everyone's wrong but him.
Which is why he's on this ship. He got into an argument with somebody who, he just believed he was right. And that's where those people belong, on the USS Essus.
They remind me of Polar Ugnaughts.
They basically the Tellarites are incredibly stubborn, and in a fight, I wouldn't want to get in a brawl with them. They are very good at hand to hand. So you have a pretty good. If the captain gets boarded onto his bridge, and you have a Chad communications officer, a Tellarite at the con, Nick Nolte's not even get up out of his chair. He's like, "Yeah, that was your funeral." Just see like you just see Diggs like holding him back, and this Tellarite starts fucking punching him into the gut.
You see him fly across the bridge. Ah!
So our ship, I have the blueprints here. Our ship has very interesting places for some of the more commanding areas. Like the meeting room is right underneath the kitchen. So
basketball court.
You have a meeting room?
Yeah. Can you play a Horta in this game?
No kill eye.
Yeah, no.
Here's the who?
So let's go back and talk about where you guys were last time. So the ship Essus launched from its from Starbase 12, and their mission was to pick up the NX class starship Zhukov. Sorry, I just blanked on the name there for a second. It's a ship that was named after Zhukov, but it's not like Starfleet didn't really give them permission to do that. It's just the name they gave the ship. It is an experimental combat ship from the Archer era that was just sort of left derelict in a nebula, and it was listed for reclamation. Their job is to take the ship, pick it up, and basically ride it out to a Starfleet junkyard, as it were, to be completely disassembled and decommissioned. And it's a pretty simple mission. They have a very powerful tractor beam on their ship that can it's basically omni, so it can pick up ships from different locations and do some pretty crazy things because the ship is made for towing. They also have a pretty large cargo bay, which has cargo in it, but for some reason nobody's ever been in there, so you guys didn't really look.
Cargo is haunted.
Yeah, cargo's haunted.
You're implying we can read.
Yeah, you guys have 3 giant cargo holds, which
It's
are
the feeling I get.
and it expands from deck 1 to deck 6. So it's quite large, and there's some stuff in there, but you guys haven't looked.
Last time
go
Rick
in there
was
and
in
it's just
cargo,
ran
he
by,
punched some boxes too hard.
Yeah,
Lots of
Rick Heck
cheese.
doesn't like to go in cargo anymore.
Endless levels of cheese.
Go in there, it's ran by a man named Randolph P. Checkers.
yeah, that would be
We're all
interesting.
doomed.
Miners don't die. We don't have miners.
They
Ah!
don't die.
It's the miners!
He just
Not
teleports
anymore.
to another cargo hold every time you question him.
Now, just so you guys know, the top of the ship where that little, it's like where the
The toilet seat?
no, the nacelles are in the back. That is your cargo bay door there. So if you guys need to get cargo, just keep that in mind. That's where that's at.
Where? Like between the nacelles?
Yeah,
Or
between
no?
the cells in the back.
This thing
Oh, okay.
sucks.
Yes, it does.
It does kind of sound.
They have only 2 forward phaser banks. I'm not saying
Looks like,
phaser
Hire
arrays.
designed it.
There's no phaser arrays on this ship. Phaser banks, as in they shoot forward and that's it, which means that they have to point their ship in the direction in which they'd like to fire, and it has to hit them. And they're not that powerful. The ship is not made for combat, so it's literally just reclamation. It's in Starfleet space, so they really shouldn't have too much to worry about, except last time on Star Trek. So last time on Star Trek, Everyone got to meet each other, with the exception of Drac, who is new to, who was not here for that. So we'll just sort of pretend Drac was always on operation.
It was that Tellarite stubbornness coming into play. He didn't
He was-
want to do the first meeting.
He was taking a little nap on the bridge.
He said the first day was the next day. We couldn't convince him otherwise.
So what had happened is that they were on their way when they got a distress call from a local space station. And when they went to go examine this space station, what they found were a Romulan warbird, Romulan bird of prey, Klingon bird of prey, because in the TOS era, they didn't, I guess you can call it a warbird, but they were like really tiny. They used the same model for some reason. And then in a Constitution class were all around this space station. And when Ross Campbell led an away team over there, he found that most of it was on fire, exploding, and people were dying. Nobody was aboard the Constitution class, except for one guy, who they yelled at through a turbolift door and then shot him and banged his head up against the wall.
He refused to open the door, so I shot him in the cankles.
Well, what they found out is that everyone on that space station seems to be obsessed about looking for some sort of hidden treasure. And preliminary scans suggest that there is a massive amount of dilithium, processed dilithium, on the station, enough to fill the entirety of the SS's cargo hold, which is giant, by the way. Unfortunately, they weren't able to find it because there was a constant radiation leak coming from the core of the station, and parts of it were blowing up. There are bodies everywhere. People were fighting over these treasure maps, and our away team member nearly got taken in by the power of the treasure map, except then he ate it. He rolled a really good roll and just fucking ate the map, so he didn't have to deal with the effects. Unfortunately, back on the bridge, Captain Horatio has to deal with the captain of the Starfire, somebody he knows from the academy, who has to. Starfleet told them they weren't supposed to land on this starbase, yet they did it anyway because they don't listen.
Records show that we never landed anywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, we scrubbed that shit like bosses.
So they kind of didn't really show up on logs where they were. They were going to originally take that derelict Constitution class that was floating there, but then they decided to get the fuck out. So basically, last time we left off, they were fleeing the space station as the Starfire was drawing nearer, asking them why they were still parked there when their mission was to pick up the Zhukov. The Starfire said it was going to take over the space station mission, and Horatio was ordered not to interfere. He got lucky that he knew the captain, so they don't get in trouble with Starfleet. But this will most likely end up being a much bigger problem for the crew of the Essus than they probably realize or care. Because everyone on this ship is horrible and they make horrible decisions.
Well, okay. First of all, very good recap. Second of all, I resent everything you just said.
I resemble everything he just said.
All right.
Grokek thinks maybe the treasure is the friendships we have made along the way.
I think the real treasure
First
is the
officer to
mistakes
kill
we
you.
have made along the way.
We're maturing.
Yeah.
as a crew.
Yeah, they're very much maturing as a crew. The reason, and just so you guys know, the reason why I set it up like this is my second time ever DMing. And the first, I just wanted to have a very open palette so everyone has a chance to just go nuts and make crazy decisions and kind of learn the system this way. So we're going to get back into our mission here, and what we're going to do is start it out with, let me make sure everything works here. Let's try this.
Daniel.
Oh, did you guys hear that?
Yeah, we got some Star Trek sound.
We have
Somebody opened an elevator.
all right, so
Those Daniels.
so
Their luck.
all right, so they were warp 6 flying away from the station on the way to the Zhukov. Would you like to start out with the captain's log? Go when you're ready.
Oh, all right. Camp, what's a star date? Whatever. So he's
It's
like,
today,
what's
sir.
yeah. So he's like crushes the cigarette out because this is original series and there's ashtrays. So he puts the cigarette out And he goes, Captain's log. We just left a place we weren't, and everything's normal. We're going to check out the Zhukov. We've had engine problems. That's why there's a delay. Surely we didn't get involved in anything, and no one has a stomach problem from the map. That's about it. Signing off. And then he does like the kill it sign to whoever's recording.
All right. That was the intro for where we're at. So they are on their way to the Zhukov. I need to go next door and get dice really quick. I roll with real dice. Give me 1 sec. I didn't put them on my desk.
I found the perfect picture.
It's perfect.
That's all right.
All right.
Thank you.
Man, you got, let's see. I'm looking at the chats. You got 27 people. You got 27 people on Twitch, and you got 15 people on YouTube.
Whoa. We're really popular. Well, I'm sorry for the disappointment, everybody.
Yeah, you need to put that music at about half that volume. Apparently, it drowned me out. Don't worry, I wasn't saying anything of consequence. Horatio is a terrible captain.
I'll figure out these knobs one day, Captain.
Okay, thank you for letting me know. I'm just sort of getting that in
It's
there.
all right. No one hates you. In fact, everyone should donate. Guys, this is his hot dog fund.
No, if you put money in there, Jeff Bezos just takes it. So what's the GM role?
/GM, but we can see it because you're streaming.
Right.
Metagame.
Yeah.
Because
Michael, I asked Mike if he had dice, and he was like, I put them in my car. And I was like, oh, no, yeah. And I was like, okay, well, that's fine.
In Kentucky. What?
Confusion.
Yeah, so. Yeah. How do I do a /GM roll?
He's learning as a DM, so don't give him shit.
There we
Just
go.
give him love. I want to see so much love in
There
that
we go.
chat.
You guys didn't see that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sending all of my shit.
All right. So they are
It's
on.
/W and then person's name to whisper to that person. So
W.
Thank you.
you give them the W.
All right.
George W.
So you guys are on your way. I actually, last time we were playing this, I had the map on me. Actually, no. I have it right here. This helps me. I like visual shit. So, all right, here we go. Got my map out. That nice little book here. Oh, awesome. I'm sorry. I'm looking at where you guys are flying to. Anyway, you go. Oops.
You just start playing the theme to that movie, The Black Hole, and we just get sucked in.
Yeah, you guys are just like, no. So hold on 1 sec. Yeah. So on your way to the Zhukov, you come to the outer rim of the nebula, which does not have a name. For some reason, nobody had named this nebula. It was uncharted.
It's cursed.
So it has some very scientific designation, like,
The green hole.
The name Cursed is a very great name for a nebula.
yeah.
Green hole. Just name it the green thing.
For the proud Orion people, I saw it first.
And then like 80 years later in TNG, it's like in the background of a map. It says the green thing, and there's an arrow.
Copyright infringement.
But yeah, the closest star system is actually a star system that has been labeled by Starfleet as non-enterable. It is the Talos system.
I don't even know what that means.
No.
Yeah, you guys are not allowed to enter that system unless you want to break Starfleet protocol. Your ship's computer has a alert when you go near that system. So, just letting you guys know just basically where you're at. But this nebula that you are approaching seems to be just your general run-of-the-mill kind of nebula with a lot of EM interference. However, you are picking up a Federation signal.
Oh God.
No.
Here's my question: what does the operations officer control?
Sensors.
You know what? Because the last time we tried this,
Can he also be pilot?
yeah, I was gonna say let's just make him pilot because I had an off character be pilot, and I'd rather that be in the control of somebody.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, can someone scan whatever that signal? Just scan the fuck on screen and scan it. Just scan. Hey,
Okay. All right.
There ain't no signal, Captain. What are you talking about?
All right. I need you to do me a that would be Drac. If you want to scan it, Drac, I'm gonna need you to give me a insight and science roll. So insight, click the insight and the science. Give me a task of 1, complication range 2, and then you just hit the Starfleet button there next to task roll. All right. You scan the nebula, and what you definitely pick up is a Federation signature from the NX class Zhukov, lovingly named by all of those who had ever had the chance to pilot it. What do you say?
I hate that sound.
I know it's annoying.
It goes on way too
I
long.
hate that sound.
Okay, I'll just stop it next time.
That was the song of my people.
Is Drac here?
Hello? Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, I was sitting there yelling at the captain, like, Captain, ship with the sensors.
And he's just gonna go, what kind of chip?
A naval vessel, Captain. What do you think it is?
Horatio's just gonna hold his head and he's like, designation, who's it with? Is it ours?
It's ours. Looks like it's the Zykovia.
And he just
Zykov?
he just slowly narrows his eyes and he's like, yeah, it's probably ours.
I
Plot
put
us a
him up.
course to drive near it. I want to look at this piece of shit.
Very well. Let's see. Captain, appears it's been shot at a few times. You still want to go near it? I mean, that might be us. They got as much firepower as we do.
I sent a message to his console, which is why he knows about this, and I just love the way you described that.
He's like, well, how fucked up is it? Like on a scale of 0 to fucked up.
Pretty bad. Look at the
Best it can be
front.
punched back together.
You know, the part where the bridge is at. You know, that general area seems to be pretty blown up. So,
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Can we tow it?
Can we? I mean, we do have a tractor beam, don't we?
Yeah, the tractor beam on your ship is very strong, so you totally could.
Well, yeah, but no, it's like I'm worried about it coming apart. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, if you want to be able to do that, you'll have to get closer and scan it. Right now, you are currently
we're
on the
gonna get
outer
closer.
edge of the
That's what we're gonna do.
of the nebula. You are running into a lot of
Do
EM
not tractor
radiation.
until you can see the whites of his eyes.
Oh, by the way, I updated my character picture so everyone knows what I.
My eyes are green.
Wait, on Roll20?
Yeah, you'll need to probably refresh to see it.
All right, we'll do that. Oh no, it did.
Oh, in text in the lower right. Where it says
It hasn't. It
you can
hasn't.
select the character.
Oh.
Wait, what?
In the lower right by the chat where it says as and there's a drop down.
Oh yeah.
If you select your
There.
character.
Oh, there. That's great.
looking good, Nick.
Crap.
Yeah. So, in order for you to tractor it, you're going to need to get closer, and also you're going to need to contact your engineering crew because you're entering a high AM interference.
All right. Fine. All right. I'm just gonna say, get us close to there, and then I'm gonna look at Orion. I'm gonna be like, ring engineering, ring the lizards.
I sent. Yep,
I-
that's an engineer.
I sigh at the talk of lizards.
All right. Cap, bridge.
Hello,
to-
Bridge.
Bridge to engineering.
You just hear Daniels in the background.
What are you up
Is that the captain?
Shut up!
Daniels is still recovering. Should we apply more medical attention to him?
You need to medical him up.
And he
We
cracks
crippled
his
the
knuckles.
shit out of him last time.
Okay, just a quick recap. Daniels was an engineering officer who ended up getting his neck karate chopped, and he's paralyzed from the legs down, and they strapped him to a chair. And he is
We
currently...
have applied mighty medical aid to him.
By the way, first officer, you're currently in the... you're currently in the...
Yes.
Thing.
No, you're currently in the brig area. You have your captive with you. We'll get to you in a second. I just wanted to.
Roger.
Yeah, you have Roger still with you. There is a brig on this ship. It's the picture on the top right there, and the brig is like the middle on the right.
Basketball court.
Basically, I mean, if you see there it says Ship's Theater, it's right next to the brig, so you can hear everyone watching Die Hard in the next room. But you're like in prison.
Oh my god.
You're like, but I can hear it. Yippee ki
Like
yay.
Paper Simpson. No, like when I lived in rural Colorado, I went to a small town movie theater, and it was a movie theater that had 2 screens, and there was like a spacer wall between the theaters, and they would play different movies. So, like next door would be like the G-rated fucking little kids movie that's at full fucking volume that has musicals, and you'd be watching a drama movie in the next room, and it's just like drowning through the walls. So I can only imagine your guys sitting there like, hey, I'm gonna make you talk, and then the next thing you hear like guys and dolls, just like fucking cranking.
Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you.
Or the action movies that just have way too much bass, so the whole thing is erratic.
You guys keep getting interrupted by all the loud flushing. Yeah, thank you for the courtesy. So yeah, you're currently in the brig with them, but I'll get to you in a second. Engineering crew, the captain needs you to be able to activate EM protection on the ship. What I'm going to need you to do, who's going to roll for this first off? Because you have Drac and Grakek.
Slaughter is the chief engineer. Grakek will fall to his leadership.
Yes.
Grakek must handle Daniels.
Okay, we'll get to Daniels in a sec. So what I'm going to need you to
But
do...
Grakek will help Slaughter for now.
Let's see here. You have... Yeah, you have everything you need. So focus used, yes. Give me a task roll of... You're going to give me 2. Complication range 2. And since you have engineering, I'd like you to also give me 1 extra challenge dice because you have talents in it.
Control engineering, reason engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Engineering.
Oh, I'm sorry. For attributes, yeah, you're gonna run control engineering.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Rolling.
Oh, you're able to shield. You're able to shield the engines, but you guys are stuck at impulse for right now. Yeah. So he activates the ship's what do you call it? The fucking warp core. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word. Yeah.
Just the ships go fast.
Yeah, he activates the ship's warp core, and it collapses. So now you guys have to go, basically travel at impulse while he works on the engine. Yeah, and if you want to roll for Daniels, give me a reason medicine roll. Difficulty, or sorry, not difficulty. Task 1, complication 2. Focused use.
Star blames Daniels for error.
Yeah,
Damn it, Daniels.
that's for Grakek. Yeah, so if you want to give me that roll.
Focus and challenge. What?
Damn it, Daniels.
No.
I didn't hear all the settings.
No. Sorry. I need you to give me a control and medicine.
2 complication, 1 task roll. What about focus and challenge?
Focus, yes, because you're a science. And don't worry about the extra challenge, because you're basically bringing him back to.
Nice.
No, you are unable to unparalyze Daniel. You karate chop him, and he just goes.
Daniels, why are you so pitiful and fragile, like the ship's warp core?
He drools a little bit, and he's unable to respond. So back to the brig. You have Rogers, who has now been taken from that space station on our last mission, who is a member of that Constitution class ship that you guys. Well, no, he was the member of the ship, right?
Yeah, he refused to open the door for me, so I shot him.
That's right. So he's currently sitting. Yeah, he's sitting in the brig right now.
Coward in the corner.
With the first officer on the outside of the laser doors, and he's just sitting there on the bed. What do you want to do?
So I'm going to explain to him. All right, look, Rogers, you don't work for your old ship anymore. You work on our ship now. Your name isn't Rogers anymore either. It's Stanley.
Stanley? Why? Why am I called Stanley? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Just
He's
swear
gonna get
at me?
shot again.
Yeah, he just swore at you.
Is there a flash inside the cell that I can use?
Yeah, there is a it's basically like a sound emitting, like a sonic thing that basically.
I press that button and I hold it down for 30 seconds.
Holy shit!
Fuck! Oh shit! Oh. Okay,
Alright,
fine.
I
I'm
stopped.
sorry. Turn it off.
What's your
All
name?
the lights fluctuate in the ship.
Yeah, you guys it browns out a little bit when he
Sir,
presses it.
we're having some power fluctuation.
This must be
just
why you
need-
were having
yeah.
trouble, Slar.
Just add backup power to the circuits. It'll be fine.
Did you hear that, Slar? More power!
Yes, bang, bang.
Punch harder!
Okay, so what's your name again?
What did you say his name? What did you say?
Stanley.
Stanley.
He doesn't remember.
I'm Stanley. What's my rank?
Rank, you don't get one of those. You work in the mess hall now.
I work in the mess hall.
Are you just torturing him until he does what you say?
Either that or he rats us out to Starfleet about what we did.
Oh yeah, you're right. Proceed.
Yeah. Stanley just looks down at the ground and he's just like, What are you gonna do with me?
Whatever I want, I mean, honestly.
Look,
Hold his
look,
finger in
just
his
just drop me off on the next starbase. I promise I won't say anything. I promise. Please, just don't press that again.
He presses it.
Oh fuck! I'm sorry. And he just falls down on the ground, and he's got his hands on his head, and the buzzer stops.
Now, like I said, you're going to be working in the mess hall. If you do a good job, maybe I'll give you an actual job. Or if you fuck up, I'll just throw you back here and I'll tape the button down.
Okay. I'll wash dishes. I'll do whatever it takes. Just don't do it again.
Looks at the button.
Okay, so back up to the bridge. Currently, the captain is flying in impulse toward the Zhukov. Let me do that.
Can I use incisive scrutiny? Because this sounds like some sort of ambush that we're walking into.
1 sec.
Pablo's like, I have seen enough episodes of Star Trek to know what's going on.
Somebody's in a Mars.
Okay. All right. What did you say you wanted to run?
I'm going to use incisive scrutiny because I fear that the captain is leading us into an obvious trap.
Okay.
Captain would do no such thing.
What was that? Insight and security, or insight and con, or what?
Give me 1 second here.
You must always trust in your captain. You can tell he is a great man.
Clang, clang.
A great human man.
What is Not
Not a very great Gorn.
No, I was currently.
He is a human man. Do, 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 do.
Basic human squishy, man.
Yeah. I don't have the sheet for incisive scrutiny here.
It just gives me like one momentum when I like.
Oh, when you succeed.
Like,
I almost played some like the oldest man in Starfleet. I almost made that character.
You do a good old man voice.
No, I was gonna play the oldest man in Starfleet. It'd be like, oh, I remember back when the transporter was the devil, and just like not trust anything.
Okay. Do you want to just what are you trying to roll for? What's your action? What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to see if I've like seen anything like this before. Like if this is like the like bait for some sort of like trap or if anyone's anything like before. Like, oh, hey, look, it's an abandoned ship just sitting there by itself.
Give me.
Hopefully, no one takes it.
I'll give you 2 challenge dice and complication 3. No, not task. Just type in 2 and then on the challenge dice entry there, and then you hit that button next
You
to the
said 3 for complication.
Mm-hmm.
What would that be, like insight or secure?
No.
Here we go.
Yeah, you know what? Let's make it insight and con.
I think Nintendo's gonna try to kill us now.
Oh, who cares?
Oh, so congratulations! You did just. Not only did you roll really well there, you got a momentum. So the momentum in this game, guys, means that everyone on the crew can use this to get out of a botch. That goes for everyone. So that 1 point momentum's just been added, and that Starfleet logo means that you guys get an added effect. So on your scan, you find that the nebula has got a special kind of radiation that can be used to enhance medical devices. Unfortunately, your ship does not have the ability to collect this, but you can note it for later, which will be a good boon.
Noted.
It will be a good boon for you guys because you need all the fucking help you can get to get out of trouble.
Oh wait, we can just stick Daniels in the medical over there.
You don't have Bassard collectors or anything, so...
What if we just beam the crippled guy into that cloud for a minute?
I can feel my legs again. Oh no!
Yeah, well, I don't. I'm gonna let you. I'll let you do it if you really want to. Just keep in mind war crimes, and you guys are trying to basically not be put in prison.
Grekek's manual on human medicine practices says that he needs more chiropractic help.
You beam the Daniels in. You beam the Daniels out.
Thank you.
You beam the Daniels in.
That's not how this works. That's not how any
And
of
you
this
turn him
works.
inside out.
Does this count as a vacation for Tex? Tex's vacation is over. He has to work now.
That would give easier access to his organs.
Need a space van. Collect radiation for medical devices. So basically, what that means, it's a special kind of radiation that's used to enhance medical devices.
This is Star Trek logic.
Yeah.
It's just it's a special X that does Y.
Exactly.
We fire radiation at the sick man's and they become...
So if they were able to collect it, all medical rolls would have an extra roll on their have an extra dice to get something.
Captain,
This is
Captain.
original. Well, this is original series logic, guys.
Yeah.
I just want everyone to know that this is original series logic. That's all you need to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
And I got my techno babble down. So let me see if I can do this. Oh, Captain, scanners show an increase of
You guys,
tachyon particles.
no, there's no tachyons.
Now,
yeah.
all right, positron particles. Now, I know you're a little slow, sir, but that basically means if we put this into our medical devices.
I would love to just hit him in the head while he's talking.
Are you gonna throw a bottle at the back of his head?
Yeah, absolutely. He's
Oh.
a fucking Tellarite, and he has it coming.
Yeah,
Probably bounce off.
yeah. Okay. If you want to do that, you're gonna need to throw a fitness and security, and it's just a challenge dice roll of 1, complication range 1, because he's on the bridge.
All right, yeah, can do. Boom.
Yeah, you hit him in the back of the head, and it explodes. Glass everywhere on the bridge.
And he's like, "Shut the fuck up, you pig-faced fuck!"
It is not a problem. Grekek can reassemble him.
You're not up here.
Oh man.
You're in engineering.
I respond, "Why? I'm sorry, Captain. Do you need me to speak slower for you?"
Ooh.
He just rolls his eyes and he's like, "Look, just put a tractor beam on that fuck and then suck up some of that space radiation with a transporter. Just beam it somewhere. Just tell him to beam it somewhere."
Yeah, well, if the crocodiles downstairs weren't chewing on the wires, we'd probably be there a lot faster.
The spaghetti is wonderful.
the forbidden spaghetti.
These humans have some wonderful food.
He's
Lights
gonna
start
go.
fluctuating.
He's gonna go. Orion.
Yes, Captain.
Get me Campbell on the fucking horn.
Okay.
Well, you can't contact anybody. You're in the middle of a nebula.
Oh no.
Do you want to try? Do you want to try to break through it?
Campbell is our security officer.
Oh.
Smugly,
Hi,
I
I'm
smugly
Campbell.
remind the captain.
Yeah. So you're gonna try to contact Campbell.
Yeah, on the PA.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
It's Campbell.
Hey, Campbell, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go down to engineering, and I want you to make sure those Gorn get that fucking engine running and get that tractor beam going. And if Daniel fucks up anything else, I want you to double cripple him.
Of course, sir, right away.
And he goes, quit fucking around with that prisoner. We don't need any more war crimes. And then he's gonna look to Orion and go, scrub any mention of war crimes.
Orion, I'm going to keep track of every time they ask you to scrub something because you're going to have to roll for a lot of that stuff after we're done with this mission.
What do I have to roll for it?
He does such a bad job it replaces every mention of war crimes with like teddy bear.
No. Every time I screw up, I just have a picture of myself on file.
Yeah.
His headshot.
Yeah, it's got his headshot because he wants to be. It's for acting. No, if at the end of this you're gonna run probably control engineering.
So I'll drop Stanley off at his new post.
But we'll get to that.
I'll be back.
That's not going to be until after we're out, after mission stuff.
Thanks for picking my shittiest shit.
I mean, that's what it's supposed to be. Anyway, I don't know why you're like, I want to be communication officer.
My guy is about presence.
Well, hold on. You got traits in communication, don't you? Talents.
I have.
Wow.
I tried to be a leader type. I told you I was gonna re-roll him a little bit so he could fit his position.
Focuses are none of these are anything to do with communication. It's literally all like I am the best person in the world and you need to listen to me.
What else would it be?
Yeah, no, he's playing Orion to a T. He's like qualifications. I'm devastatingly beautiful. All right.
you could get the Gorn to help you out later.
Yeah.
Or if you get the Tellarite to do it, the Tellarite might help too. Anyway, so you guys get close to the Zhukov, and now you need to activate your tractor beam, which right now is being affected by the EM radiation.
Is there anything I want to bypass the bandwidth filter and recalibrate the? I'm going to try to technobabble my way into helping overcome this challenge.
Well, you're going to need to contact engineering because they're going to have to help you.
Yeah, you guys should probably all head down to engineering and get in a huge fist fight, and by the end of it, everything works.
Well, no, engineering. What you're gonna have to roll is. Hold on, I keep closing. I have this problem with Windows. Not Windows the program, Windows the thing.
I close every window as well.
Same.
No, he's like not Windows the program. I have a problem with Windows in my house, and you just hear him throw rocks at him. How does this work?
I do like that. Slar has the maximum stress right now.
Stressed.
All right, Slar. What you're going to need to roll to get this working is you're going to have to get reason engineering.
I must adjust this helium infused with the bionic memory and the micro-optic star drive with gravitational hollow converter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Slar, just put more power into it.
Complication range 2, task roll 2.
And that was
what button do you press to make sparks fly out of their eyes? That's
all of them.
Reason engineering.
He puts his mouth against the wires and then presses the button.
I tried to make my guy charismatic because he's a communications officer, and now he can't do anything.
Yeah.
Excellent. Grounding.
Yep.
You see him connect two wires, and you just see his skeleton through.
Yeah.
His eyes are glowing.
He pushes all the buttons, and now the engine is.
Stocks.
Now you are able to tractor the Zhukov in this EM radiation. Khan, you can do that now if you wanted to.
We can apparently sell Amazon stock.
I think Pablo's voice is gone.
Wait, you just call me Khan?
Yeah.
Yeah, Khan, like is in the Khan position.
Yeah, because you're.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like Khan as in Khan.
We got to be really careful in what we say, don't we?
Do we?
No, I'm saying, you know, it's multiple words and meanings and stuff. Words.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
All right, so what do I roll to try to get this here?
What you're going to need to roll
Thing on
is, let's see, let me look at your character here. Drac, you will need to roll, and you got to turn focus off, because, no, you can only focus on, because you got computers, that's fine. You're going to need to roll control and con. I'm sorry, engineering.
Man, I've had focus off this whole time.
Yeah, you don't want focus on, or you can have focus on for this. This is going to be a complication range of 1 because he passed that engineering roll perfectly. Task roll of 2, and you just hit that little task roll button there. Yeah, you activate the tractor beam on the ship, and it makes a connection. You just sort of hear. I don't have a tractor beam sound, but you kind of hear like the. Wow, 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 wow.
Captain, I did it all by myself.
You hear the crunching, almost like the sound of a tin can being crushed a little bit, because the Zhukov is not a very great condition.
All right. Good work.
I know.
Thanks.
Okay. So, hold on one sec. Okay. All right. So now you guys need to get it back to where you got to go. I mean, this is a pretty straightforward mission. How you guys want to approach
go
it?
Get the thing. Look, the captain's gonna say, put the grabby beam on the fucking garbage and let's leave.
You're receiving a hail. Diggs, you can see that it's coming from a Federation signal.
Oh,
Federation call incoming, Captain.
He just makes the gesture, you know, that says answer it. And he's holding his head because he shouldn't have thrown his bottle at Tellarite.
Ryan's mortuary, you stab him, we slap him.
Yeah, and Orion, you notice that it's actually coming from the Zhukov.
Hello?
Hello? Do you want to put it on Scream? Did you want to put it on Scream or just voice only?
On screen, new ship, who this?
So somebody comes up on the screen and it's a guy in rags. He's like, "Who the fuck are you? Who are you? This is mine.
Better fashion.
This is mine."
Captain, I want to turn him off the screen. He's dressed horribly.
Yeah.
No, wait, you turned the screen off?
Yeah. So
I'll leave it on audio.
Okay.
No, the captain's gonna make the signal that he makes to every captain has this signal where it's like kill the audio, make it sound garbled, and he's gonna walk up to the Tellarite and he goes, "Can you get a transport?"
Every time I do garbled, it's just me like practicing voice lines.
Yeah, this is the noise for garbled communications.
Excellent. He's gonna lean into the
Garbled,
Tellarite
sir.
and he's gonna say, "Can you get a transporter lock on him?"
Okay.
I think so. It depends on if the skinks downstairs have been chewing up the wires too bad.
You're going to need somebody from engineering to.
At transporters.
Your ship
gonna
does not
say
have the
Ryan.
ability to use transporters on the bridge without some major rewiring. It's not that advanced. So what you're going to need to do is have somebody from engineering go to the transporter room, or have.
Oh my God. He's
First-
gonna go, Orion. He's like gonna say, Orion, I want you to transport Campbell over there to beat the shit out of that guy. That's our garbage, not his.
Orion, or okay? Do you want Orion to leave the bridge to go down?
No,
there?
no. I'm
No.
telling someone else.
He's gonna tell the guy down in engineering to transport Campbell over there to beat 6 shades of shit out of whoever the ragman is, because I don't have time for this.
I no.
Ryan to Ross Campbell.
Sounds like a Ferengi captain.
How you doing, buddy?
Doing all right.
You're gonna need, and also one of the Gorn in the engineering. Who wants to go transport?
Hey, I'm gonna need you to grab one of those.
I'll do it.
and,
I can do it.
Those guys.
Head over
can
to
do
another
it.
ship and beat up somebody.
All right, let me put the riot gear back on. Give me 5 minutes.
The rugby gear.
I'll turn on the screen. We can watch.
Oh, you're gonna turn on the view screen?
Yeah, so we turn the view screen on as he beams in behind him to elbow drop him in the floor.
Well, hold
Can
on.
we like beam him onto the ceiling so he falls immediately?
Oh yeah!
Yeah, well, hold on. You got to beam over there first.
Can you beam into him so he explodes out of him?
Well,
Ryan,
if he beams into another person,
try.
they're going to be merged together and they're going to die horribly.
That's not
Like
my
a
problem.
Can we beam burning butter or boiling butter into him?
Butter hot.
Oh my god, that's terrible. How'd the assassination mission go? Good, we put
You-
burning boiling butter
you-
inside their brain.
A Khan, you start to notice that there seems to be power kicking on over on the Zhukov. Khan,
Yeah, we need to stop that like immediately.
Which one is our engineer?
That would be that you had no. Slar's the engineer and Grekek is the medical officer. I would suggest that you send one of them with Ross, or at least somebody to transport.
Orion to Slar.
Yes.
How you doing, Scaly boy?
Fried, but good. Do you
I
need
need you-
Boulder?
He smells delicious.
Boulder!
I need you to go assist that human to get over to another ship in the transporters.
Good. Daniels, man the engines.
Daniel just gurgles on his own saliva.
Daniels, I shall help you. And I just I push his chair over towards some random console. It screeches across the floor.
You push his chair over to the console, and his head hits it really hard with a loud
Very
thud.
good, Daniels.
And
Harder next time.
and the ship
Shouldn't
makes
use your
a
head as Boulder.
and the ship's lights dim down for a second.
These brownouts are becoming a concern, Captain. I feel like I won't get my mixtape out.
See, I had a horrible idea of just beaming like a bucket of broken glass from the bridge into that guy's brain. So, like mid rant, he's just like,
Well, they're not okay. Just so you guys know, the transporter. You guys have to realize you're in a high EM field transporter situation. So
You have two
Ross
expert
comes out
engineers.
as Ross comes out like the Fly.
That's why I'm sending the least effective member of my crew.
I like how the
Crimes guy.
no, I like how the
Mr.
original.
right here.
I like how the original series captain, who normally goes down on the planet, like you're Nick Nolte, and you're like, I'm not getting out of this chair.
I'm
You
not
ha-
getting out of the chair. The
You're
chair's
sending
mine.
Ross.
I've
You're
already-
sending Ross to do all of your dirty work.
Yeah,
Every
'cause
time
then I
like
can
the
say
captain
he
stands
did
up,
it.
I get that worried look on my face. Like,
If he leaves the chair, we're all going to just dogpile on it and fight over it.
Yeah, that's true.
If he leaves the chair, it's to put his keys into the self-destruct. That
That's-
is when he's getting out of the chair.
The chair is like
I
a
can
dead
so
man
believe
switch.
the captain believes if he leaves the chair, it's up for grabs.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving.
That's how he got the position.
All right, so Slar and Ross are going to the transporter room. You guys are currently there. Do you want to try to transport? Since Slar actually has a really high engineering score, he could probably transport decently through the EM field, but you're going to have to work for it.
Captain?
Yes. With Boulder.
All right, Slar, I need you to give me a control engineering. Complication range 4, and I want you to give me a challenge dice because you're engineer 2 challenge dice, and then roll that.
Slar wishes
Captain.
to transport Boulder first.
And you're not using any of your focuses because you do not have focuses on transporter.
Okay, so control engineering.
Complication 4, and
Complicate
before you
4.
hit it, this is Ross is standing on the pad right now. Are you sure you want to do this?
He's going to transport. He's going to ask for Ross to get off first, and then transport Boulder first for
Okay.
testing.
Oh, okay. I want to put it out there. All right, go ahead and hit that roll
All right.
button. Roll the challenge dice button. Oh shit!
Nice.
Yeah, you guys gain a momentum from that, and you also gain an extra thing. Now he did such a great job transporting his boulder over there that he can now just easily transport Ross without having to roll.
The guy on the screen's like, who the fuck put the boulder
Yeah,
behind me?
no, on the screen, on
Fucking
the back on the bridge, you just see you still have the audio muted, so you just see him jumping up and down like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck?
Captain,
He's
we've
just
been
yelling.
garbled for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, you just see him visibly
We
like
just
upset.
looking at each other with weird noise.
Yeah, no, he's gonna make a signal to turn the audio on and then turn it off really quick. And in that little second he's on, he's like, "We have your lottery winnings right here," in a very friendly voice, and then has it garbled again.
Yeah, you turn it on for a second to say that, and here you go, "What the fucking bullshit?" And then you shut the thing off, because he just sees this boulder. He is lost his fucking mind. He's clearly somebody on a shitload of drugs, and he has gotten into whatever was left behind on the Zhukov. And since it's an NX class, you know it was one of those fucking weird. What was that? What was that doctor in fucking Enterprise? What he was like using
Flux.
Yeah, he was using drugs and slugs and shit.
He's just eating all of them. Like,
He's got all the mushrooms.
this alien gum sucks.
Campbell, let's go. Boulder first.
Yeah. So Campbell, are you ready? How do you want to beam in there, Campbell?
Can I try to distract this guy by like lecturing him while I teleport him behind him?
Yeah, you could. Well,
Honey.
this for Ross Campbell.
Or I was gonna have like the captain have it on screen and like sit there and yell at him like,
I'll
"Listen
turn,
here,
on
you
the,
little
I'll turn on
shit."
the audio and let.
Is Salt
let
Spider
tell
here?
you right guy.
I don't know if Salt Spider's here.
Well.
And while,
Oh
while,
God, he became the boulder.
Uh-oh.
Nani?
And then the camera zooms into the boulder and it goes dun 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
It has a little stun stick hanging outside of it. Little arm.
A little bit of
And angry eyebrows.
And it's
Angry
wearing his
Gorda.
uniform.
Did Salt Spider say he has to leave?
I think
He has to
had an
take
emergency
breaks to
this
take
time.
care of his mom.
Oh,
might be on
gotcha.
fire again.
Okay.
So, Slar would really like to take back the boulder and then put it above the other captain's head.
You are going to for being able to transport over there without rolling. That's fine. For precision in the original series, you're going to have to roll something good for that.
Okay, so,
Yeah, just do it's going to be a challenge dice of 1, complication range of 3.
that being said, Slar wouldn't know that it's trying to beat up the captain. So all he's going to do is he's going to pick up Ross, put him physically onto the transporter, and just transport him
Okay.
over to the boulder.
Oh, you're just going to transport him over to the boulder? Yeah, you don't have to roll
Yeah.
for that. So I guess Ross transports over
I'm
there.
back.
Oh, there he is.
Yay!
Yeah, I was gonna say you're about to transport over there. It turns out Slar was able to not only transport Boulder over there successfully, but he can just transport without rolling now because he rolled an extra effect on that. So you guys
Oh,
can,
hell yeah, let's go. I want to beat the shit out of this dude.
yeah. Let's transport over there.
Captain Violence to the rescue!
Captain Audio is on.
And then you see Ross teleport right behind the guy. He turns around and he looks at Ross like, "What the fuck are you doing here? This is my ship. I got him first. I got him first."
Karate chop.
Yeah, I'm gonna karate chop this man.
Karate chopping. You're gonna physically get in an altercation with him.
Yes.
Let's see
This
here.
is original series. He has to jump off the wall first.
Yes. No, hold on.
The battle music.
Well, hold on.
Use the double fist technique.
I only have those 3 songs and not.
Slar can tell you.
Ross Campbell. Let's see here. You do have
Hold
a
on.
photo.
What was his picture? Please show the audience. His character picture.
Yeah. There it is. Oh, it's shit curity. Chad shit sec.
I lean back towards the captain and I say, "Hey, sir, you want to see something funny?"
Oh, the captain says, "Amuse me, oh little drunken troll."
I'm gonna jostle the tractor beams. They all go flopping around.
We have a
together.
very strong tractor
Oh, no, the
beam.
boulder.
All right. Before you jostle anything,
Wait, you're jostling him, and there's a giant boulder over there.
all right. Before you jostle the ship, let's have Ross try to do his attack here, so that way we can at least hear how he attacks this guy before
I
you
do
jump.
have hand to hand as a
Yeah.
focus.
So you can add
might-
that. Yeah, you're gonna add that in as a focus. It's gonna be complication 1 because this guy is nothing, and you're gonna get a challenge dice of 2, and then you just roll that.
All right, and task roll 1.
No, just the challenge roll. Yeah.
there's no way to take off the task roll. So
Don't worry about that. There's a button underneath that task roll button there.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Say it's like there you go. Oh, you you could do whatever you like. Those are 2 effect die. You do succeed, and you get an effect.
Yeah, so I just start beating the shit out of him repeatedly with a karate chop.
Describe how you're doing it.
So I karate chop his neck, then his nose, then his face.
Yeah, you just
I
see him horribly beating him on the screen in full clarity because.
Yeah, I'm gonna cue to turn the audio on. I want to hear it.
Turn the audio on.
Okay, you turn the audio on.
Stop resisting!
You throw him down on the ground and you start kicking him, and he's unconscious.
And as the
You think that's gonna stop him?
as he gets the shit kicked out of him, the captain's just leaning forward in the chair, and he's just like, yeah.
And then as that's happening, did you want to still jostle the ship now that the guy's incapacitated?
Oh, he said he wanted to jostle. So that's what's gonna happen.
Okay.
I'm assuming that happened at the same time.
Drac? Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, it can happen at the same time because I will allow it.
Usually, typically, like in a DM situation, we have multiple characters say things, and it's all in the same turn, as it were.
Yeah.
It happens simultaneously. So
Yeah.
this guy starts kicking the shit out of him, and in the midst of that, the jostling happens.
Yeah. It's
So,
gonna
like he's mid victory.
Yeah, you're going to do a control engineering. You can use your focus there. Challenge dice, just one challenge dice and roll that. Excuse me. Oh. You jostle the ship really hard, and you see Ross and the guy's limp body fly against the wall. Ross, how do you want to respond to that?
I'm going to grab his body and I'm going to use it to cushion my fall into the wall.
I'm not even gonna have you roll for that. That's just fucking cool. You you slam against. You know that console that security officer in Enterprise was always by.
Yeah.
And he's like super sweaty. Yeah, he's. You slam into that console and you hear a loud crack. That man just died, because you're cushioned his fall, or he cushioned your fall.
Captain, do I wipe that from the record?
However, Drek rolled a 0, which means that in the midst of him jostling, one of the nacelles on the Zhukov just breaks right off and goes flying into the nebula.
Do I see this?
Yes, it is very visible.
I'll look at the captain.
I'm gonna look at the Tellarite. I'm gonna look at the Tellarite, and I'm gonna.
Then I'll look at the Tellarite.
I look back quite pleased with myself.
No, I'm gonna walk over to the wall where everyone's name's written on a little like piece of chalkboard, and I'm gonna take a happy face away from the Tellarite on that wall.
Easy. That's good. Okay, so with all of that done, you start to hear another hail coming in from somewhere.
I'm gonna say, first of all, get engineering to get those guys back over there. Beam that body out into space. Wipe the record for body. We found it with 1 nacelle. He looks at the Tellarite. We found it with how many nacelles?
You gonna make it 0?
No, it has 2. It had 2. Now it has 1.
No, it had 1. It was a mono nacelle design. That's what it. And then he's gonna look back to Orion. He's gonna go, all right. Everybody got that story straight? Okay, cool. Go.
Okay, so communications, I'm going to need you to roll me something to get through this interference. Give me control and engineering.
I'm so bad at this.
I know. Well, you
Nothing happened.
This is your fault.
Everything's fine.
you're going to do complication range of
I'm not supposed to be good at stuff.
complication range of
That's
2, and you're only going to get 1 challenge die, and you're going to roll that challenge die for me.
I put a 1 in challenge die.
Mm-hmm. And then you hit that little button next to that.
What's my task roll? Just 1?
Yeah, the task roll. The task roll selection is only when you roll for tasks. This is a challenge. You're not able to get a clear message through, so you start hearing weird static, and you hear it This is... We're under attack. All Federation we need assist. And that's all you hear.
Captain, I believe they need asses. They're under asses.
We don't have asses. We have a broken starship. We need to get it back to base.
You mean a single nacelle starship? Captain?
Single nacelle limited edition. It's going to be worth a lot of money.
This was
Nothing ever happened.
Very experimental, one of a kind. Go get our murder hobo back over here, please, and make sure the other body is gone. And
right before you're about to make the command to do it, your science officer just looks over at you and like, sir, I'm detecting strange emissions off the port bow, but there's nothing there on the sensors.
He goes, then how do you know? How do you know they're there?
I went to science school, sir. I'm certain there's something there. There's got to be.
He goes, what did the 5 fingers say to the face?
What's that, sir?
I'm going to slap this shit out of him.
You don't have to roll for that. You just slap him really hard, and he looks at you like he's mad and he's going to cry, but he pretends like he's not going to cry. You know that look, like he's got like the tear in his eye? He just looks at you
he
like...
He goes, give me a reason. Give me a reason.
And he turns back to that little fucking thing that Spock looks into that just shines a bright blue light in his eyes.
That's the crying booth. He just puts his face in there and leaves.
Meanwhile, Campbell is just standing around on the other ship like, what the fuck just happened? Is he dead? Oh, he's dead.
Then, right as you're about to transport him over, your tractor beam cuts off. The Zhukov starts to drift a little bit.
Uh-oh. The captain just crosses his arms and he looks at the Tellarite and he goes, is this engineering's or your fault?
I give him the look. I'm like, Captain, obviously it's not me, it's engineering.
He goes, then I suggest you fix it. You have 30 fucking seconds.
Orion to...
The only person in engineering right now would be
what the hell's
Grikek.
going on?
We need you back.
Wait, are you saying the only person in engineering's Daniels?
No,
'Cause that's
Grikek.
gonna end badly.
Yeah, Grikek and Daniels are the only ones in engineering. Slar is still in... He's in the transporter room.
Oh, Orion to Slar.
Yes.
Bring back the Campbell.
All right. It seems like you're having trouble locking onto him. Give me a complication range for challenge dice 2 to see if you can get Campbell back.
Task roll what?
Not task, challenge.
Please beam him out into space. I'm asking. Sweet.
No, well here's the thing. Before it's not radiation that seems to be the problem. It's almost like something's jamming your transmission.
First priority, teleport Boulder. Second priority.
Okay, so you lock onto the boulder, and
first priority Boulder.
So do me a favor, Slar, and give me that roll. You lock onto the boulder. Unfortunately, you do not beam it correctly, and it ends up somewhere, but you're not sure.
No, his boulder's gone.
He just reaches out sadly with a single tear. No, Boulder. And walks out. No.
Captain, there's a boulder floating outside.
Yeah.
It just hits the window.
What the fuck is going on?
Now, if you want to try to do that with Ross, that's you're gonna have to figure out. I'll let you figure this out. Basically, right now you're having trouble locking onto anything over there.
Yeah, Orion to Ross. He's
gonna try again.
The boulder failed, so we're gonna try again.
Try with you.
How about you fix it first before you beam me back, okay?
No, it's good. Just swing it. Just go.
I'll get back to you. If you feel the fuzziness, just go.
Don't be a baby.
Oh, no.
You initiate the transport, and it starts to kick on. Although it seems to be having trouble locking onto anything over on the Zhukov.
Can I use
Orion to Ross?
And then finally, something appears on the pad.
Uh-oh.
It is a cylinder of plasma.
Uh-oh.
He just took a plasma conduit out of the Zhukov. Life support is slowly failing on the bridge of the Zhukov.
I'm gonna go look for an EVA suit now and a tank.
Okay, let's
So
see.
we're just beaming parts out of the ship now.
This is called
Literally,
cargo.
that is what Slar's gonna keep
You,
doing.
Captain,
as
to
you're
remind you that our cargo hold can hold every piece in that ship.
and as you guys are about to try to get Ross out of there, a ship decloaks off the port bow.
God damn it.
Romulans!
You're receiving a hail.
Captain,
Oh my god, put it on.
putting it on.
And then on screen is a very spray tanned looking guy. It is a Klingon.
Oh, so it's a TOS,
Which version? I know
Yes.
3 of them.
US Klingon, so they just spray tan greasy looking people.
Okay, so it's just the human.
Does he have the gang
What is a
with-
Federation vessel doing in this nebula?
And, the captain's gonna go, I'm asking myself that same question.
I love your tan.
Who are you and what are you doing in this nebula?
Well, he's like, well, who are you?
I
This
believe the Romulans, sir.
Argue with him, I dare you.
as you say Romulans, you see his face slightly turn really almost purple a little bit, and then it shuts off, and you detect that the ship's weapons are powering up.
Well, what weapons? Where's the ship?
It's off your port bow.
Decloaked.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm gonna say engineering tractor beam. Throw the Zhukov at it. Oh wait, Ross is on it.
Yeah, the
Throw
Zhukov
at it.
Zhukov is too far away. It was drifting away while you guys were messing with the transporter.
Can we grab one of its cells that it didn't
Now,
have?
I have a question. That guy was powering up the Zhukov. Are there weapons online?
You can go check. You're near the weapons thing.
I
need-
will go check.
Because you're not familiar with this style of starship. What you're going to roll for me is a reason and engineering
Slar has idea.
challenge.
Can I use
Complication
a
2.
momentum?
One if you fail the roll, yeah.
Okay.
If you're going to give me a complication of 2, challenge dice of 1, and then you're just going to roll that.
All right, and then we'll use a momentum.
All right, uses one of the crew's momentum, and you find that one of the phaser banks is still online, but it is not charged. You're going to need to charge your phaser bank.
Oh shit.
Can I do an insight roll to see if the nebula will mess up the weapon systems at all? Because you said there's radiation messing around with everything. Wouldn't
It's-
that mess
yeah,
around
you
the
could-
weapon systems as well,
Hold on.
and their weapon systems.
Give me 1 sec here.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Track. Yeah, give me an insight engineering complication 1 task roll 1. And somebody thank you for the courtesy. Somebody the ship's toilet seems to be quite active tonight.
Look, if you really want to drive,
It
Mike
auto
nuts-
flushes. It's a bad sensor.
Oh.
If you really want to drive Mike nuts, keep paying him money, but tiny increments, so it just keeps flashing up on screen while he's trying to find stuff.
No,
Can you
I,
donate like a fraction of a cent?
help. Thank you for the courtesy. So no, drag rolled really good, so you guys get a momentum back for that too, and you do find that your weapons currently could not lock onto it. It's so hard to concentrate. Your weapons will have trouble locking onto it in this. You would have to turn your ship, but the targeting system would be really difficult to do it. However, you find that most Klingons are pretty good at hitting ships, even in dense nebula. It's not the one from Wrath of Khan. You guys can clearly see things, but automatic targeting for a ship of your design would be non-existent.
Can I send a message to the Klingon?
If you could try, but they're powering weapons up right now.
I could just challenge the leader.
Drac might. I mean, you guys might want to move. I don't know. And yeah, if you want to try to contact the Klingons, just give me a. Oh God, because I keep forgetting you're not a con guy. Give me control engineering is fine. Challenge. Give me a challenge dice of 1, complication of 3.
He has the other kind of con.
When do I get to use presents?
He
Well,
just
when
goes
you
over there and
contact them-
sparkles, and they all like.
When you contact them, and if you make contact with them and you want to convince them, you can
You
use
said
presence.
control engineering challenge 1.
Mhm.
I gotta pee. Sorry.
Complication 3, challenge dice 1. It's your only.
How do I charge these phasers?
Ooh.
Ooh. Orion somehow was able to get into the communications array of the Klingons, and you guys can kind of hear them yelling in Klingon over the entire.
I'm pressing buttons with my foot that's extended across the control panel.
You guys can hear people yelling in Klingon. They can hear you now.
My fellow Klingon.
Who is this? How did you get in our communication system?
Because I am a mighty warrior, and I'd like to have a conversation with you.
Give me presence and command.
Yay.
Complication 3, challenge dice 2, use a focus.
Fuck. I'm not a fellow Klingon. I shouldn't have said that.
How dare you! How dare you order someone of the Klingon Empire! You will die for your treason, or whatever. And he cuts off. He cuts off the thing.
Captain, I apparently I'm not a Klingon.
Yeah, he is very angry. You could take a momentum if you want, because luckily
Sure.
to keep it from botching. So he takes pause for a second before he fires. So this gives you guys one extra round to figure out how to deal with the situation.
I'm just
How do
gonna
I
stare at
charge
the
these
captain.
things, Deanne?
What's that?
How do I charge these phasers or
On the
challenge the fucking Klingon leader to single combat? Either or.
you're going to need to give me control engineering. You're going to do me a task roll. Task 1, complication range 2. To see if you can charge it. Mm-hmm. Keep in mind the ship is drifting. There's no engines.
Sorry, back.
I have phasers as a focus. Does that count for this?
Hand phasers.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, you're not a tactical guy.
Any challenge die? Just one?
Nope, just you're doing a task roll on this one.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So it was
Task 1,
control
complication 2.
engineering?
Yep.
Wait, I have talents. Let's look what they do. Because I have diffuse the tension, and I have augmented ability present.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
not sure what either of those do.
Control.
I didn't realize
engineering,
that. Yeah. Let's
Yep, let me look it up.
look those up while he charges the phaser bangs. Rolling
Wait,
0
rolling
dice?
0 dice.
No, not challenge dice, task roll.
Right? Oh, oops, sorry.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, you can hear the ship's phasers charging up, and on Drax's screen, you detect that the Zhukov's phasers are actually charging. Oh shit, yeah. If you want to try to roll that again, just give me one.
Challenge dice 1.
Yeah, I'll let you. You know what? Go ahead and just roll that, but give yourself 3 challenge dice.
Oh.
No, you give he. How do you want to do this? So
Fuck your dick, man.
no, you guys are using your last momentum for this to stop it from being botched. It's up to you.
Mighty warrior Klingons, my people are also mighty and warriors. It is noted that we can hold both of our breaths for hours. I would like us not to resort to violence.
What is an Orion doing on a Federation starship?
Eventually, we had to have one.
Pausing.
Wait, what? Would you say you had to have one?
It's a token hire. Complicated, but I threatened them, and they had to force me onto a ship.
I see. So, Captain, before I destroy your vessel, would you like to at least tell me what you're doing in this nebula?
Captain?
We're a garbage scow, and destroying a garbage scow is pretty shit on the honorable list, but I mean, if you're so pathetic, you have to shoot a garbage scow. You know, I mean, that's your honor and not mine. I don't have any. I mean, look at me. And he just looks into the view screen with he just kind of points to his face, and he's like, "You really want to shoot a garbage man? I mean, if that's the best you can do."
Let's see here. You
It's his garbage.
and none of
baby.
these would fall on your talents. Let's see your focuses here. Yeah, focuses is diplomacy. Yeah, let's use a focus on that. Give me a presence and command roll for me. You're gonna do challenge. Just give me one challenge dice on that, and the complication range is going to be 3.
All right.
Yep, and you can use your focus. Sorry, go back.
No.
Hit yes.
Oh wait, yeah. All right.
Oh shit. He just pauses for a second. Tell me, Captain, how versed are you in the ways of Klingon combat?
I know that there's honor involved, but I can't define honor. I was voted least honorable at Starfleet. Okay, that's why I drive a garbage scow.
I see. So, you are all out here collecting trash. Why do you want this old starship?
It's trash.
Yeah, he's like, it's trash. It has one nacelle. It's old as shit, and we just got rid of the bums on board.
So why don't you just leave it here? Space is
because-
big. You don't have to take it with you. There must be something on that ship you want. We ran a scan, and we have found that there are weapons on that ship that weren't normally on that class. Why is that?
It's a boulder.
Obviously, their sensors are malfunctioning.
It's just the boulder.
They're setting up Boulder.
He says, "Look, if you want to blow it up, that's fine. I can leave. No! I really don't care. I just
In the next round, Ross, you'll be within your ship will be tilted in just the right angle to fire at the Klingons. Keep in mind their shields are up too. So
Blowing up a derelict ship. I thought you said there was like no honor in that, let alone a garbage scow.
yeah. I mean, I don't get you Klingons that much. You're harassing a garbage man. I mean, don't you have some glorious battles to die in or something?
It was
I do not
Tellarite,
believe
saw
that you are just some mere garbage scowl, and I will be taking your ship and leaving you here to rot. And he cuts the communication right off.
Now, don't they have to lower their shields to activate the tractor beam?
No.
It's teleporter.
Yeah, that's for transporter.
All right, fuck it, ramming speed.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
Captain, I have an idea.
All right, Leia, let's hear your idea.
All right, Captain, we'll divert powers to the tractor beam. We will get the ship that's slowly drifting away. We'll get the nacelle, and if we can, we can attempt to remotely activate it. Which, since it should be unstable, we'll fling it onto the Klingon ship, and it should act like a bomb, like a balloon with too much air, whatever the simplified metaphor is that you use.
This is Campbell the Bridge. Anyone reading me?
No, turn him off.
Wait, I got my weapons on.
You just hear the beeping of Campbell trying to contact you.
He goes, yeah, what?
I got the weapons online on this thing.
All right, stand by for attack. You'll know when to attack. And then he's going to go, Tellarite, you're ugly as fuck, but you got beautiful ideas. Let's do it and time it so he can shoot at the same time. And he's like, Orion, signal that when ready. And then he's going to say, engineering. If this all fails, I want warp 6 right at that Klingon ship.
All right, so
Everything is fire and electricity. Nothing works.
yeah,
Essentially, his idea is to use the tractor beam to sort of like overpower and destabilize the cell so it explodes at him.
okay. So let me go through these series of
That
events.
sounds like proper. This is like actually a proper Star Trek episode.
So, what do my talents do, by the way, GM?
Your talents. I wish I had like the thing here where I could just sort of like research it.
I
How
can
did you?
look them up for you if you want.
Yeah, how do you do
fire
that
and
on roll 20?
Veteran and mean right hook and bold and secure.
Where do you look that up on roll 20? Because I don't see that.
I don't think they have it.
Well, oh, you just copied and paste. Okay, you're just using Google. All right. So here's a series of events. You will be able, if you do the rolls right, you will be able to tractor. Let me guess. You wanted to tractor the nacelle. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you want to tractor the nacelle.
The tractor beam.
When you activate, by the time you activate the tractor beam to latch on to the nacelle, the Klingon ship will start firing at you. You're going to need to do some piloting to avoid being shot at. Also, Captain, you haven't called red alert or raise shields. So just
Yeah, we're gonna do that immediately.
Okay, so you call red alert.
But the reason I wanted to wait for red alert is I wanted to still act like we were a garbage scout, like we didn't even have shields.
Oh, okay. So we are not going to call red alert. You're just going to leave your ship unshielded.
No, we're gonna do it now because obviously they don't believe us.
Yeah. So yeah, your red alert, your shields are up. I'm going to give you that in one fell swoop because that's kind of normal here. The Klingon ship's weapons are charged and they're getting ready to fire. So for the first thing you're going to do, who's going to do the tractor beam?
I will.
Didn't you say that the tractor beam and like everything is fine?
No, the tractor beam was disabled by the Klingons, which means that in order for it to be turned back on, Grkek, since you're the only person in engineering that isn't a cripple, you're going to need to actually break through this Klingon interference in order to activate it. You're going to need to roll control engineering, and you do have an engineering focus, so you can totally have that. I'm going to give you a challenge dice of 2, complication range of 3, and you just gonna put that under challenge dice.
What about my con? What do I roll for con?
Well, hold on, let me make sure before you do that.
All right.
Yeah.
Daniels, assist me.
Oh shit! You guys gain a momentum back, and you break right through the Klingon interference. And now you're able to activate your tractor beam when ready. You can do it with control engineering, challenge dice of 1. I think, no, you have computer. Yeah, just challenge dice of 1, complication range of 1.
What did you say that was? Engineering and control? Or
control
con
engineering.
Control?
Controlling engineering.
All right. 1-1,
Sorry,
you said?
con. My bad. I'm sorry, guys.
Is that a task roll or a challenge
roll? Yep. Ooh, you did get that momentum from Grkek. Did you want to use that?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys don't have any more momentum. So yeah, you activate the tractor beam right on the nacelle. So now you guys are in the line of fire of the Klingon ship. And let me just do a bit of GM fuckery here.
This whole crew is going to be a bunch of crippled bots.
Oh shit! Yeah, the Klingons fire, but for some reason they fucking miss.
I told you.
I am going to cause one of your shit. I'm going to cause one of your nacelles to get kind of buzzed by it by using one of my threat tokens that I've been saving here, and so now your ship is. Able to go to, you're gonna have to fight to go to warp now. But your ship is undamaged essentially. So the disruptor fire misses, and you activate the tractor beam. It is on the nacelle. What did you want to do?
Pretty much get it all riled up and hurl it at him like some sort of bomb. And
okay.
And then I'm going to shoot it.
Oh shit. Okay. Control con, and you're going to do a challenge roll of, since you don't have piloting. Do you have any talents for that? No.
I do. It's called push the limit, and any task is reduced by 1.
Okay. Well, we're not doing a task. This isn't a task.
Guys. Way too competent.
Well, yeah. No, complication range. Instead of task, I'm just gonna give you a complication range decrease, so it'll be complication 2, 1 challenge dice, and focus used. You don't have piloting, so no focus. Yeah, and then here you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You not only do it, but it goes in the since that's an effect die. That means that it goes within perfect range of Ross. So now Ross, this is on you, buddy. If you miss this, it's going to be very anticlimactic because you guys have no more momentum. So you're going to need to do a security, and I believe, what was the other one? Yeah, control security.
Alright, I have something called bold security. Whenever you attempt a task with security and you buy one or more d20s by adding to threat, you may reroll a single d20.
Okay, we'll get to that if you have to reroll.
Okay.
But that means you guys are giving me fucking ammunition to use against you. So you're going to do complication range of 3, challenge dice of 2.
Alright,
No
let me
focus
just
used.
try to figure out what veteran and fire at will does. Fire at will, character is capable of tracking multiple targets and making attacks against them with great effect. Whenever the character makes a ranged attack and then uses swift task momentum, spend to make second ranged attack. They ignore the normal difficulty from swift task.
No. For this one, this is fine because it was going to be a complication of 5. You don't have targeting computers, so this is good.
Alright, and I'm just going to copy paste the last one because you probably know this more than I do.
Okay.
Veteran.
Veteran.
Please may this work.
Yeah. So go ahead and hit that challenge dice roll.
Okay, and it was control security.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You fire, and you hit the nacelle, but it does not explode. It just starts spinning violently toward the Klingon ship.
Can I fire again?
No, you
with
need
the,
to.
D20?
No, you're. Oh wait. Yeah, that's right, because you do have that skill. I'll give you one more challenge dice roll. Same complication, just one challenge dice.
All right.
Are we red alert now?
Yeah, we've been red alert.
Yeah, there we go.
Very, very red alert now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You fire it again. Well, you actually fire it. You do gain a momentum for the crew because they really needed it. And the nacelle hits the shields of the Klingon ship, ignites inside the nebula, and causes their shields to collapse and parts of their ships to explode in a in quite the fashion that you would expect. Lots of explosions.
I'm helping.
Unfortunately, the shockwaves from the explosions don't cause it to actually, like, you're disabled the ship, but the shockwaves cause the Zhukov to go flying off at quarter impulse deeper into the nebula.
Yeah, well, he's fine. Look, okay, so how fucked up is the Klingon ship?
The Klingon ship is currently disabled. Their weapon systems are offline, and their propulsion is currently at just thrusters, basically.
All right, can we beam something very critical out of that ship, i.e. work core or life support anything?
Those are 2 highly shielded systems. You would need a high challenge roll on that. They're not like shields in terms of like blocking the transport, but more like they're very secured areas.
Okay. Second question. You know that canister of plasma we beamed over?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Can we beam a phaser taped to it on overload into their bridge, please?
Can we just teleport the
Will be
boulder
done.
above them?
You don't have the boulder anymore. The boulder.
another
Lars in the
boulder.
process of doing this.
We need
Yeah,
more boulder.
we're rigging up a horrible fucking bomb, and this is war crimes. War crimes.
Okay.
Captain,
All right.
Captain.
Mm.
I'm really bad at scrubbing. You can't say that many times.
Yeah.
He's
Remember, the ship's computer is just sitting in the background, like doing that whole thing, like where it's
working.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
recorded. War crimes.
I don't really know how to use that, Captain, but I'll do my best.
Keyword trigger contacting command.
Slart, in order for you to be able to do this, you're going to need to give me a security and control roll.
Ooh. Can't use engineering.
Complication range of 2, task 1.
Challenge die. How
No,
many?
no challenge die, just task roll.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a task. You go to tape the phaser on there, but you're not quite sure on how to set it to overload. So you hit a bunch of buttons on it, and then nothing happens.
Captain, did you really leave?
Wait,
the
who's calling my
outfitters?
pager?
Get
So
me off
Slar
of
is
this
just going to
thing.
put it together, the plasma, and then will use his engineering knowledge to determine the best place to cause the maximum boom boom.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Slar wants to use his engineering knowledge, his moment of clarity from
Oh.
the destruction of Boulder, and find the maximum area of maximum boom boom.
Okay, on the Klingon ship, you can target the cargo hold of the Klingon ship.
Is it possible to cause explosive decompression on the ship's console at the beginning, or like blow the entire command crew out the front?
Yeah, if you can break through the critical area shielding, you can.
We'll do it.
Okay. So you're going to give me this is going to be a challenge. You're going to give me a single challenge die, complication range 2, to beam your makeshift bomb onto the area that you want.
Okay.
I'll let you name it if you pass.
Yes. Challenge die or task roll?
Challenge. This is no longer a task. You're
Meanwhile,
not
Campbell
building
is
something.
spinning off into space. They better give me a fucking medal.
Oh no, you do have one momentum if you want to not botch that.
I want to use the momentum.
Okay.
Please.
Okay, and I use my threat, so you don't get to use. The transporter activates, and it doesn't do. It seems to be that the transport fails, and then it kicks on. Again, no proof on where it landed. It's just somewhere out in space, or you don't know.
I pepper my Angus.
Daniels, what is that on your head?
Daniels is currently laying unconscious in a pool of blood.
Captain, they seem to be beaming something under the bridge.
What?
No. Nothing's beaming on the. I would have said something.
God.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. You just. He does that, and Slar, what do you say after you don't know where this thing transported?
Captain, Daniel's messed up.
I'm not the captain, sir. Captain.
He's-
Daniel messed up.
Yeah, he's gonna say, "Fucking Daniels."
Yeah, Daniels is laying.
Phaser.
Daniels is laying face down in a pool of his own blood right now.
Sleeping on the job.
Meanwhile, over on the Zhukov, you just all of a sudden hear a loud explosion coming from one of the areas beneath you, Ross. And the Zhukov just starts spinning out of control really fast, almost to the point where the gravity plating is having trouble. The inertial dampeners are having trouble keeping you steady. So you're kind of like...
He's like strapped into a chair with like 6 other fucking oxygen containers. Like, nah.
Yeah, you're on the bridge right now, which is slowly losing life support, and the ship is spinning like one of those fucking circus
All right,
fairgrounds.
From the bridge, I'm going to try to get the auto stabilizers going.
Okay, I'm going to need you to give me a...
Control engineering.
Yeah, control engineering. You don't have anything there, so no focus used. Give me a complication.
Survival.
All right, before this happens,
Now.
I would like to attempt to communicate with Ross on the other ship.
Okay, yeah, you want to try to communicate with Ross?
Yeah, I'll be like, Orion to Ross.
Campbell here, I'm kind of busy.
And yeah, all you hear is Ross spinning around. All you hear is shh, because he's spinning really fast, and you hear like metal like fucking hitting the wall and shit flying everywhere.
I was gonna connect him with our engineer to see if they can get any, like, give him assistance or
Yes,
something.
do that immediately. He's like
All
holding
right, I connect Ross to Slar.
Slar, you are on the line.
Slar here.
All right,
How may I
Slar.
help you?
I'm trying to get the stabilizers on, and this is what I'm looking at. And he explained, he gives a description of the console.
Do you see Boulder?
Oh my god.
No.
Do you
I will
see Boulder?
Yes.
Okay, now this is what you have to do. 1, hold Boulder. 2, and then he's going to use his engineering knowledge to actually help.
Okay. So then this will be a Slar roll. Slar, give me a control engineering, and you can use a focus for this. No, wait. No, you don't have any of the focus in this. Yeah, sorry.
Just one, right? Okay.
Yeah. Complication range 3, challenge dice 1.
See if they have any
Actually, no.
self-sealing
You have
stem bolts.
actually take down one challenge or complication down by 1. Yeah.
Not to interrupt the flow of the game, but what about this bold engineering? And I'm not a doctor. I'm the chief of engineer.
The chief of
Does that
security.
help me in any way?
Probably.
Yeah, that was an error. But I guess I'm chief of security.
Okay.
What?
Did you want to roll that challenge dice now?
Sure.
You know, Captain.
Wow. You guys get a momentum back, and you are able to communicate to Ross Campbell to at least stabilize the ship with thrusters. So you stop spinning out of control, but parts of the Zhukov are slightly spread out inside this nebula. This is turning into quite the mess. The Klingon ship is starting to hail you guys again.
Yeah,
Captain, would you like to answer?
all right. He's gonna look at the Okay, first of all, he's gonna say give them let them eat static, and then he's gonna go. He's gonna point to the Orion. He's gonna go give me the other Gorn in engineering.
Orion to
Grikek.
Okay.
Everything is still fire, and Daniels is slacking.
Okay,
What
first
do
of
you
all,
want?
discipline that man. Second of all, stand by full speed and get me full forward shields.
Everything to speed and shields.
Grikek, give me control engineering, complication range 2, task roll 1. Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah. So yeah, he gives you exactly what you asked for.
Disabling pretty much everything else on the ship. Like,
Captain,
Yeah.
I can't
lights
breathe
go-
very
your
much.
lights
Grikek
go dim,
smashes the
this air
board.
goes stale.
I can't breathe very well.
You can breathe. But
Yeah, the ship's lights dim a little bit when he activates all of that.
All right, and then he's gonna look at the Tellarite and he's gonna go, "Are you familiar with the human term boob the snoot?"
I believe that's a sex act among humans.
You mean
It is
we're
a battle
gonna,
technique used against Gorn.
we're gonna punch him in the face?
Yeah, he's like, "I want you to ram that Klingon ship until they stop trying to talk to us. I don't want to hear them. I want them all dead."
Well, I kind of want to see it. I'm going to open up the
Captain,
visual.
you do realize that we are sitting in the front of the ship, and typically when you collide into things, it's the front of the ship. That
I'm
takes
gonna throw the other bottle at his face while he's talking.
I'm gonna try to catch it.
Oh, okay. So Horatio, give me. This will be against each other. So Horatio, give me a fitness and security. That's like the only other one I got there for you.
Yeah.
And
Rolling.
Can I have insight? Because I knew he was obviously gonna throw this out.
yeah,
right?
challenge. Yeah, you got that right. And then Drac, I want you to give me the same roll, which is fitness, security, challenge dice 1, complication 1.
Let me know when the phasers are charged again.
Not only does he catch the bottle, he starts drinking from it.
Oh God.
Thank you,
And
sir.
I'll give him a small golf clap. Like,
Yeah. So the Klingons are still trying to contact you guys.
No, he's like, ram him right now. They're waiting for a call. Let's answer.
Thank you, Captain. I
yes.
really appreciate this reward for all my hard work.
He's
And
like, shut the fuck up. Ramming speed.
All right, yeah, give me a control complication range 1, challenge die 1.
if we do start ramming, I'm going to turn on the view screen so we can see what it looks
So we can watch
from
them
what
go
they
fly.
see.
Drac seems to had apparently Tellarites can't hold their alcohol in. Drac goes to ram him.
Actually, it's lore that they just get feisty, so he's just getting little two balls there.
Actually.
Yeah.
Actually,
So he's not screwing up because he's drunk. He's screwing up because he wants to.
Yeah, you go to ram the Klingon ship, but you miss it entirely, and you collide with a part of the Zhukov that blew up, which bounces off your forward shields. And
I'm going to shoot the Klingons if
It's really awkward now because I did turn on the view screen and they just saw us zoom by.
yeah, they just see you guys go like right past them. They're like, "What the fuck are they doing?"
establishing their dominance on us.
It's a
I'll
flanking
I'll
maneuver.
put up like a 1 second and I'll turn off the screen.
You're like,
okay, let's. The captain's like,
I may
"Fuck
have
it, just
I may have
answer him.
transferred
Just
too much
answer him.
power.
Yeah.
Slar's gonna do something.
What'd you say?
Just answer him. Turn it on. Why not? Fuck
All
it."
right, turning it on.
What are you doing, Captain?
Trying to pick up this garbage.
You have violated our space. You will be destroyed. I have already contacted people on the Klingon homeworld to come out and destroy you for this.
Wait. You called home to cry for help because you're getting your ass kicked by a garbage scow.
Ah! And then he cuts off the thing, and you can see the ship is still slightly spinning as they're trying to get their thrusters online to do a ramming.
No, we're gonna. He's like, no.
I think Slur has an idea.
Yeah.
All right.
Ryan, Slar is calling for you, Captain.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Slar is, while he's doing his talk, is going to try to teleport the Klingon captain onto our ship,
Oh God.
onto the bridge.
Ooh.
No. Beam him into the engine room.
Oh
beam him to
shit.
me.
He showed
have
me
it-
Daniels.
Slar's
Have
already
him fight
doing this, but I
Daniels.
like your idea.
No,
so,
not the engine room. The engine.
Oh.
Beam him to me. I want to kick his ass.
Beam him to me. I want to kick his ass.
Thank you for your patience.
Do not beam him to me. I do not want to kick his.
The
want to see
Klingon
you,
is
Ryan.
going for battle to the captain. Yes.
So do you want to try to beam the Klingon captain to the engine?
No, onto the. Well, okay. Let me think. What would Slar do? Yeah, he totally would eject him into the engine. Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
Beam him into
to
the
the engine.
boulder.
Control engineering complication range 2, challenge dice 1. Oh shit. Yeah, you lock onto the Klingon. Yeah, and you just see him. You just kind of hear like muffled yelling over the intercom, and then all of a sudden, your ship. Was it your ship that you transported him to the engine, or the Klingons' engine?
Ours.
Okay, then you just started to hear.
We broke the engines with a
Captain,
Klingon.
there has been a strange power surge in one
Yeah,
of the engines.
and Grekek just hears right before it like right
Captain,
before
the engine is protesting.
yeah
Yeah, just turn it up. It'll be fine.
More power to the engine.
I am very confused, Captain.
I just
All the way
ordered
to
to
Guard.
Captain.
imagine Grekek standing on a scaffold with a megaphone yelling down at 20 crewmen shoveling coal into this thing.
Yes.
Yeah, Grekek, you're gonna need. You guys are gonna have to bring that ship back online. Meanwhile, Ross, you're currently very close to losing 100% life support, and nobody has helped you yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to like call over to the ship. Hey guys, please.
Teleporter to Khan. Teleporter to Khan.
I mean, I've got an EVA suit and like 6 things of oxygen, but
You guys are Diggs. You're getting a call from Ross.
What is it?
Hello, Ross. How can I help you?
yeah. So the phasers are charged again, but I also want to come home now.
So, do you want to shoot the phasers or do you want to come home,
Can I do both?
Captain?
Yeah, he just says, whatever, just get him back over here.
All right, go ahead and fire and come back.
Roger.
Yeah, you
I'm
can.
not Roger.
You're not gonna. You don't have to challenge roll for that. Did you just want to fire them randomly?
No, I wanted to shoot them right in the Klingon bridge, but if I can't, I'll just come home.
Oh, yeah. If you're gonna shoot at the Klingons, I'm gonna need you to give me a challenge dice roll of 1, complication
How
range
many
3.
people are on that ship?
Orion to Slar. Get ready to transport Campbell back.
All right, complication range of
or not?
3. Yep, 3. Challenge dice 1.
I don't know anything.
okay.
You know, Captain, if we were to leave now,
Oh shit.
Please.
He'd be dead before, and we can find out that we left him.
So
We need Ross.
So Ross fires the Zhukov's weapons right at the Klingon ship, which actually does connect, causing it to basically the Klingon ship is now spinning so fast that it's like a centrifuge, and it's flying away from the entire battle. Meanwhile, the Zhukov's weapons just straight up explode, which means that the ship can no longer fire anything, and all the lights just went off right after you fired that.
All right.
Beam me up.
Just what a whiner. All right.
We don't even have anyone in the teleporter room.
Yeah. Okay. He's gonna go.
There.
All right. He's gonna yell. Captain's gonna turn around and yell at Orion, and he's gonna go, okay, tell engineering to fix the fucking engines and beat up Daniel. And if he's dead, throw him in the engine. And he's gonna point to the Tellarite. He's gonna go, get us in range of the Zhukov. It's all fucked up. It's not worth bringing back anymore. And he's gonna go, get the other fucking Gorn.
The saucer section is still there, just so you know. The saucer section is still there.
Oh my god, I don't.
Orion to engineering.
No, hold on.
Hold on. He's not done. He's not done.
Hold on. And tell that fucking other Gorn to get the goddamn rock, and then the rock security officer in that order.
Well, he can't find the rock, so
well, he's got to find the rock. I mean, that's really critical.
We're not getting Ross back till we get the rock.
Yeah, rock first.
Captain,
No rock left behind.
Don't forget your heart medication.
Yeah, no. Okay, look. Here's what we're gonna do.
his mouth starts drooping a little bit.
Sir, is your arm tingling?
Having strong. All right, so what we're gonna do, guys. All right, so listen. He's like clapping his hands, like, listen. Here's. All right, so once we do that, we're gonna go get the saucer.
Hey, Captain.
Yeah.
Don't clap your hands at me.
He's like, oh yeah. Well, listen. Here's
You know
what we're going to do.
Start clapping back at him.
No, he's giving him the clap back.
We're just both on the bridge.
As they're doing that, I'll be like, Orion to engineering. Priorities in this order: get the engine working, find the boulder, get Ross back.
I throw the bottle back at him.
Daniels.
Gurkek, give me a control engineering complication
Daniel.
range 2, challenge dice 1. Ross, or sorry, not Ross.
Didn't hear that.
Sorry, that's control engineering, complication range 2, challenge dice 1. And then for Slar, you're going to give me the exact same roll to get Ross back over here.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
Control engineering.
Control engineering.
Complication 2,
Nice.
1 dice. Yep. Gurkek, the ship's engines start firing back up. You do. You see a piece of black leather come flying out of one of the turbines in the back, and you're not exactly sure what the hell that was. And then, you transport our chief of security back over quite handily.
These Gorn are the best.
And he shows back up on the pad, looking a little bit burnt and slightly frayed.
Okay.
Orion to engineering. Did we get Ross back?
Ross, you can
We
answer.
got Boulder Rat.
This is Campbell here. I'm back.
Campbell, since you're here now, let engineering engineer. You go beat up Daniels.
Oh no, you got him instead of the Boulder.
Repeat. The captain said boulder first. You will be punished.
The boulder is
you
not
put me-
within scanner range.
Yeah,
put me through
you need to
to,
beam him back until we have that boulder.
No, wait, you put me through the captain.
Slar starts activating the transport.
Steps
Oh
on
no!
the-
I activate the mineral scan.
The transporter activates, but nothing happens.
All right. Put
All
me
right.
through the captain real quick, Orion.
Sir, I regret to report
You're
we have
online
one
with the
casualty.
Captain, I recommend we send the engineers over to download the schematics of the ship. I imagine the
I have a
captain's
better
range-
idea.
You guys should take the ship with you, honestly.
No, I have a better
Tractor
idea.
beam.
I have a better idea.
Captain,
Yeah, here's the idea. He's gonna say, I want you and the Gorn to get all the fucking weapons, including the ones you think you hid from me. I know you brought them on board. And I want you to get all the weapons and dynamite and fucking murder rate flamethrowers you got. And we're gonna go board that Klingon ship. Because I'm done with this garbage scout.
The captain stand up.
Yeah, he stood up. He's mad.
I'm off. This is awkward.
Scan for the Klingon ship first before you get all. I want to board this ship because it did fly away at the speed of.
Tellarite's trying to steal the captain's chair.
Yeah, it was flying away pretty quickly. You need to scan for this thing. I'm gonna make that be a Drac roll of control, engineering, complication range 3, challenge dice 2.
Control engineering.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, control science, because this is scanning. You're scanning.
Oh man, science is the one thing I'm bad at. Would you say the complication and
3,
challenge was?
3 and 2. 3 complication, 2 challenge dice.
This is gonna be terrible.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be great.
What?
Oh, holy shit! You guys gain a momentum back, and Drac does detect where the ship is.
So good.
And the best part about it is that he has a full scan of the entirety of the ship, so you guys can beam over there in precision, even though it's spinning out of control.
Oh my god. All right, here's what I want. I want a Gorn murder team to land on the bridge because their captain disappeared to locations unknown.
While he's standing up doing this, I'm gonna sneak over and sit in his chair.
Yeah, I'm gonna bite him.
What? I'm gonna punch him. I'm gonna push him out the way.
Krikek admires the violent captain and loves to follow his rule, but we need someone to watch engineering.
Daniels has it.
Sir, I recommend we track
think
the
Daniels,
ship first.
War for Boulder. Yes. Yeah.
Daniels is a little incapacitated. We might need someone else.
Fine. The captain's gonna assign as many fucking idiots down to the engine room as necessary.
Many red shirts. They will make excellent fuel.
Yeah, just as many people turning valves and stuff. Just all the idiots to the engine room, then we're gonna beam over the Gorn War Party and then murder Hobo McGillicuddy and all the weapons we have, improvised or non. I want him to take control of the bridge. I want him to vent that fucking thing. We're taking that back as a trophy. Fuck the Zhukov.
Aye.
But Captain,
Shut up.
don't Klingons have lice and worms and all that?
He's
Wait a second. Hold on. Captain? The scanners indicate there's no life signs on that ship. I'm pretty sure the centrifugal force of that spinning ship has turned them into, for lack of a better word, fine red goo.
Excellent.
Yes.
All right. Stabilize and take control of that vessel. That is priority 1. All right, cancel war
Full
party.
power to tractor beam.
All right, you guys go closer to the Klingon ship, and you activate the tractor beam with no problem. The ship slows down from its spinning, and just like Drax said, there is no life signs aboard. It turns out there's a lot of dead bodies over there. Now, the transferring to the Klingon ship, who's transferring and what? Because keep in mind, you still have a crew of 50 people on this ship.
All right,
and abandoning a Starfleet vessel, you're going to need to be a little more creative than we just leave, because that's going to be a big no-no.
Okay, the captain takes the key out from under his shirt and he goes, I'm blowing this thing up in 5 minutes.
Okay. If you want to activate that, you're going to need to have a second in command activate it with you.
Yeah,
Really?
well, here's the idea.
Ross?
Conference room. We're all going to the conference room.
Okay, everyone's going to the conference room.
My chair's a rolly chair, so I'll just roll it.
So you're just like scooting
Well,
over there.
Here's what happens, and I'm glad that you picked I'm glad you picked the conference room, because here's what happens. As all of you start to go to the conference room, which is underneath the kitchen, by the way, you can hear them cooking and shit above you. As you go into the conference room, on the table is a giant boulder.
The boulder.
I claimed the boulder for myself.
Oh my god.
Do you really want to?
If he does claim it, I'm going to punch him.
Yeah, the boulder was transported to the meeting room. That was the surprise. I was like, I hope one of you guys go there. So the boulder's just sitting there on the table.
Also, I have a sandwich.
Yes, you can have food. That's fine.
All right.
Slar will
So
make
meeting
sure-
room.
All right, go.
How are you guys going to transfer everyone?
all right, captain's gonna go. Okay, look, you got your boulder back. Best captain ever. Also, kind of proud of all of you. We killed a Klingon battlecruiser with a garbage scow.
Bird of prey.
Amazing.
Bird of prey.
Yeah, whatever. Look,
You mean I did it, Captain?
Shut up!
yeah.
Boulder.
So he's gonna go. Look, here's the idea. We were trying to bring back a derelict piece of shit. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna beam over the derelict piece of shit. We're gonna download everything, and then we're gonna just push it back into the nebula after we set to scuttle it. It's just gonna blow up. We're gonna say the Klingons blew it up. And he's gonna look at Orion. He's like, I don't want the data tapes to record anything we did. It's gonna be scrambled because of battle damage we sustained versus the Klingons. Battle
Captain.
damage that is very real, which is why the engines don't work.
Captain.
but I want a medal.
Yeah.
If
I
I
will make
may,
you a medal out of Daniels.
Yes.
Daniels isn't dead, by the way. He's still just laying in engineering.
Yeah, who cares?
It's triage. The engine needs fixed first.
Of course.
Captain, I
agree.
think you're forgetting something, sir.
What?
Don't the Klingons already know about this little kerfluffle?
He's like, that's what he said, but we're in a nebula and nothing works out here. So
Klingons are known to bluff.
Yeah, but they're also notoriously bad liars.
okay, so that's
We
what
are
we're doing?
notoriously bad communicators.
Also, they're trying to blow up a garbage scow, sir. I mean, I want to put it past them to be little sissies and high command, come help.
So are we teleporting over there?
Yeah. So what we're gonna do? It's step one. Download everything from Zhukov, scuttle it.
You don't
Leave
have to go
nothing
over.
behind.
You don't have to go over there to download. You can use your.
Okay, just download everything and scuttle it. That's all I want. I want it to die, so there's no remnants of it. 2, plant memories in the databanks that say that it was destroyed by the Klingons when we found it. Step 3, we need to make sure the databanks show that we were attacked by the Klingons first, which kind of happens. So this is going to be an easy fix. Step 4, tow the Klingon ship to the nearest starbase and say, we're heroes. Step 5, give Ross a medal or something. He's like, okay, make him a medal.
That is.
I will make him a medal.
That
And he's
is.
like, step, whatever we're on.
Wait, Captain
Slar-
Kurt, make him metal? Or
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Okay.
The question marks, what step are we on? Irrelevant. Okay. Oh, yeah. Slar, your rock is back. You're welcome.
Yes. He's just gonna be hugging it and just petting it like, Dad, who will let you go?
Slar is
All right.
very happy.
I'm gonna rub Slar's back while he does it.
Yeah, so yeah, the captain's gonna go back to the bridge and sit in the chair first because he knows the rules.
Since you guys have control over the Klingon ship, you guys can actually, because you guys have forward phaser banks. They also have forward, but they have a better targeting computer. You guys can just use the Klingon ship to fire on the Zhukov if you want.
Oh my god, that is a brilliant idea. Thank you for the cover-up idea.
By the way, I'm going to go to Stanley, and he's my new security man's now.
Well, because if you fired with the ship, I'd have to make you guys roll to do a lot of damage. But with the Klingon ship, you guys would fucking destroy it. Yeah, your guys have really no weapons on this thing.
GM, I'm gonna start getting Stanley there prepped up with security riot gear.
Oh, you're gonna
We're
take
gonna go
Stanley
look
under
for-
your wing, huh?
Yes,
he
I'm
has
going
a
to
thing
show
where he
him
likes
how
to
to do
take young
security.
boys.
The guy you just tried to murder and then tortured.
Yeah, now I'm going to put him in front of me, and if he tries to run, I'll just shoot him.
Okay.
The Klingons did it, not me.
Okay. You can prep him up. What we're gonna do with that is if we play this again on
The
stream.
Jews did this.
Yeah, that'll be an off character that any of you guys can play, which means that if Ross goes down on the planet and you guys aren't doing anything on the ship, you can play as Stanley.
Cool.
But
Everyone is Stanley.
Yes.
could be, yeah, anybody could be Stanley. Even the chat could be Stanley. It's totally up to you guys. We'll make a character up for him. So you guys want to go ahead and just go through the chain of events?
Yes.
Okay, so you activate the Klingon ship and you charge it the disruptors, and it fires at the Zhukov, causing a massive explosion. Disruptor fire.
You know what else that cleaned up? That dead body we left on the ship.
Yeah.
What? body? I don't
Ignore
know.
that computer.
Yeah, it did. La 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 la. Like I'm.
You talk so much nonsense.
It's like I start like kicking.
War
this
crimes
guy in the
detected.
head.
No.
War crimes detected.
Yeah, so you blow up the Zhukov, and now you have this powerful Klingon bird of prey in tow with your garbage scowl, and you are going to leave the nebula, correct?
Yeah, we're gonna go back. We're gonna call the Federation.
We've
and
been
we're
trying
gonna
to get
say-
to a place for a couple episodes.
Yeah.
So we need to get the fuck out of here.
Just as you're leaving,
This is a 2-part arc.
just
This
as
is one of those TOS 2-parters.
yeah, no, as you're leaving the nebula, you start getting another hail. It's not a. It's
What's
not.
your pleasure.
It turns out this is a distress signal that was trying to reach you earlier, but now that you're outside the nebula, you guys can hear it clearly, and it goes, "This is the Starfire! If there's any Federation ships within range, my crew has gone crazy, and everybody has left, and I'm the last person here. This is Science Officer Corsair, who I can't
Oh,
even
I love
remember."
those computer parts.
Yeah, I know. I'm
you
looking.
just
I'm
look
like
down
looking
and
around my
read
room,
off your-
dude. I am terrible at coming up with names. Shut up.
No, dude, there's random name generators, but they're also terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're always
So
like fantasy names.
I'm Science
yeah,
Officer Corsair, and this is an automated message for any Federation ship. Some disease has taken over. There is another ship here, but it is empty. And it's that other thing that you guys dealt with in the last
Oh
episode.
yeah.
Captain, medical
not.
advice, that sounds like something that should be quarantined and reported and
Yeah,
definitely not.
sounds like we should definitely tell the nearest starbase, because the captain of the Starfire did tell me to fuck off, and that was none of our issues. So I concur.
Orion, the captain. I'm just sitting in the same room as
He
you.
just turns around. Orion, the captain, he's like, "Go ahead."
We aren't suited for viral infection. I say
He's
we
like-
just let that happen.
Yeah, you guys could always go and investigate that, but you can also do what the captain says. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not. No, sorry. The captain of the Starfire did say that. I'm sorry, but this is none of our business, and he's got it handled. So let's just let him and his crew go
Okay.
batshit crazy as we become.
I'm gonna reply to the message. I want to be like, germs. Ew.
no, it's an automated message, so you
I know,
reply.
and I sent an automated one back.
Germs, ew.
launch a beacon that just broadcasts germs ooh out
Wow.
into the ether.
Thank you, Master Chef. I will keep that in mind. So no, just as you're about to head on back to the starbase and contact Starfleet, you get another message, but it's coming in through the Klingon vessel. It's not coming in from the vessel; it's coming through the vessel. Remember, you guys are still tapped
Captain.
into their communication system.
Yeah. Let's hear what the tan guy was talking about.
On screen or
Kenyan
on
Merrick
audio?
can't stop juicing.
Yeah, you guys
Go
can put it on screen, but they can't see you guys because you're not on the Klingon ship. So, on the screen, another Klingon appears, and he's like, "Where are you? Pick up. The Federation doesn't know we're out here. We've lost one of our own in the... I don't even know why I'm trying anymore.
Record.
We're coming out there. We're sending a fleet. We'll pick you up within the next 6 hours." And then after that, it cuts off.
He's gonna say, "Hey, Tellarite Ding Dong, how about we get the fuck out of here inside of 6 hours?"
Why, Captain? Do you want to have like tea and cookies before we left or something?
I wouldn't mind having-
He walks over to the Tellarite and he leans like an inch from his face, and he goes, "You know I'm lactose intolerant. I don't like milk and cookies."
I'm also in the process of eating a sandwich, or I'm spitting
And-
food at his
And
dog
keep in
already.
mind that
For sure.
that you guys have a Klingon vessel with its transponder not disabled. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's why
Not
we're
my
gonna
job.
board that right
Yeah,
now.
you don't know where it's at. So,
Oh, I know who to send over there. He's like, "Rick."
Yes, Captain.
not yet. Because right now you guys need to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, we need to leave. So
They
let's
can still drag him along while we're
we're
teleporting
gonna
over
punch
there,
it at
killing
warp,
everyone.
and we're gonna send Grekek over on like a rope, and he's gonna like. It's gonna
Don't
be
worry.
like-
Repel into the ship from the other ship.
yeah, it's gonna
Captain,
be
I
like.
did read that Gorn can survive in space.
They absolutely.
Gorn
space.
can survive anything
That's
Yeah.
except a double-fisted punch.
and
And
primitive
gunpowder.
cannons.
Okay.
Yeah, a blunderbuss made out of bamboo.
You
All right.
don't have any gunpowder, do you?
So
Yeah, so we're
We're
gonna send Grekek over there and just tell him to start taking stuff apart. And
Excellent.
we'll do that. We'll do that next episode. All
right.
Yeah, because I feel like
That is Gurkek's
Yeah.
specialty.
Yeah, we're gonna next episode. We're going to get into a lot. So let's just sort of like recap what's gonna happen next time, and I'll play
next time on Star Trek Enterprise.
Next time on Star Trek, the crew of the Estes seems to have conquered a Klingon bird of prey and are now on their way back with their prize to Starfleet headquarters.
Oh yeah.
But unknown to them, something on the Klingon vessel has been activated, and they will have to figure out what it is.
Oh my.
Captain, look out! Ah!
Yeah, exactly. You have to have like non sequitur shit that you're supposed to do in the next episode.
Captain,
Go.
I've read that Gorn can survive.
Daniels, wake up! Daniels, why will you not wake up? Daniels!
And
It's been a long road getting from there to here.
Yeah.
Complimentary hand jobs from the
Captain.
O'Brien.
What do we tell the rest of the crew about
Where's
us?
the line? I would like to sign up.
Our love can't be hidden forever.
Oh my god.
Wow.
This is great.
Yeah, well, it's all those non sequiturs they plug together. But
Yeah.
so
Wait,
just
don't
to
you still owe
recap
me a
people-
blowjob?
Just to recap, people, we're told this is our last chance. We get on a fucking garbage scow. We go out to where this ancient NX class Star Trek Enterprise era ship is.
Mhm.
We're told to go get it and bring it back. We find an abandoned, creepy starbase talking about some sort of treasure map and treasure hunt. And there's like a Constitution ship there, Constitution class, and there's a Romulan bird of prey or warbird or whatever, and a Klingon bird of prey or warbird, or no, it was battlecruiser.
Yeah.
And we beamed over a away team, and everyone had gone bonkers, and it seemed like the longer you spent there, like a classic TOS episode, you slowly went crazy, and
Yeah.
I gotta find the treasure map, and everyone's fighting over these treasure maps that are everywhere, and we beam over our fucking muscle-headed idiot of a security guy, and he solves the quandary of the treasure map by just eating it. Just eating it. He just
Yeah.
puts it in his mouth. So then we leave. We're like, fuck this. This isn't even our mission. So we
I
just
really
peel
want to
out.
get on that ship.
Yeah, we just were like, we almost stole that Constitution class. And we did beam over to find out what's going on. That's where they beat that guy up.
And then the Starfire came.
Yeah, and then the Starfire came and was like, get the fuck out of here. You're not even supposed to be doing this. I'll handle this. So that's why we're not helping the Starfire. That
Yeah.
guy was mean.
Yeah, that.
Hurt our feet.
Yeah, it's not even the captain that was on that emergency transponder. It was just some science officer because everyone
Yeah, well,
else.
fuck him.
Yeah, they're fucked.
Fuck him.
But yeah, so if we do this again, that's what will happen next time. But yeah, until then, yeah, I think that's pretty good. What'd you guys
Yeah,
think?
this is great.
I had a lot of fun. I had a lot
I'm
of
in
fun.
love with
I
it.
had a blast.
Well, I'm going to say this, man. I've been watching your stream for a while. You got 46 people on Twitch and you got 25 people on YouTube, man.
Oh,
People are
It's like a-
liking this.
this is it's like community theater, and everyone's here hanging out with the.
Well, it was probably Courtesy Flush before, and we've kind of dropped the numbers down by coming on here. So
Yeah, that's
thanks
true. That's true.
It's
We're
true.
sorry.
Courtesy Flush used to be able to make his entire living off the stream until Tech showed.
Yeah,
that's very true. I had a house in L.A. That was on the side of a hill.
You had kids. you
It
had
was
wives.
eroding, so I needed to move out of there anyway.
Man, it was great playing Chad Shitcurity.
Yeah, the only thing I wanted to do is get Gurkek more into it, but for some reason it's just like he got sucked into the engineering section, and I wanted my thing was I wanted Gurkek to be the transporter guy, and somehow Slar ended up being Chad engineer, but it was still hilarious.
That's the thing, Crow. They're both coming with me on the ship next episode.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Diggs
It-
kept
it's-
calling
it-
Slur. I think he's got a crush on Slur.
It's just the racism. No one can tell the difference.
No,
I can't tell what they look like.
If the captain tells me who to call, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, though, is it's like Star Trek, where you have like 10 episodes in a row that are just Picard episodes, and then there'll be an O'Brien episode, then there'll be a
Crusher episode,
A Data episode.
There's gonna be 2 hours of just watching me answer the comms.
Oh,
Did anybody like Keiko?
No, it was fucking horrible.
I liked actually when she was possessed by that. I was like, maybe they'll get together.
Yeah, that was like that was the only interesting thing that happened to Keiko was when she got possessed by a paw wraith.
Yeah,
Linked up.
Outside of that, she's like, Miles, nah.
I hate it here.
Miles is fucking the Starbase.
In this middle of a cultural thing, I can't teach my beliefs, and I'm gonna probably cause a
It's
diplomatic
90s TV rating and
Major Kira stole my baby.
Literally. Who cares? Look, here's what I always wanted to do is I wanted to make my own, like when we're working on Text Talks Battletech, instead of like doing sound scoring or whatever, we play What If.
I gotta have a bed.
Yes, we do.
All
We
right.
play a lot of What If.
Later. So we play a lot of What Ifs in when we're doing Text Talks Battletech. I said that I always had in my head canon that Miles O'Brien was like this horribly abusive drunk. Like just like horrible stereotype of like Irish brute, like a laborer, you know? And so they're like, they would have an episode where it's an intervention and everyone's sitting around and they're reading, you know, like how they've been hurt, you know? And Major Kira's like, O'Brien, you drink and then you get violent. And he's like, the fuck are you talking about, you tough bitch? You know, and
Yeah.
and she's like, last week you went into Cork's and fucked everyone up. And then it shows a flashback and like Cork's like, I'm cutting you off, O'Brien. He's like, fuck you long-eared fuck. And he like punches Morn in the face and Morn just deflates slowly.
He deflates like a football. And Morn just he's unaffected by it. He just does that shrug thing.
His face just collapses for a moment.
His face collapses, but his body's still there, and he's shooting more drinks into his mouth.
He puts his finger in his mouth and goes, whoop, and comes back.
Oh man, yeah. What was the Butter Hot, which that Psyduck.
Oh yeah. Well,
we
were
almost
talking
did it
about
this
BPL.
episode.
Yeah, well, the idea of Butter Hot was just like, you know, there's always an episode every so often where like, the Ferengi take over the Enterprise and they must use cunning to blah, 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 blah. And so, you know, it's just like, hey, you know, can I get a beverage? And the Ferengi's like, yeah, you can get a beverage, but I'm watching you, human. And he's like, okay. And he's like, butter hot. And it's like a cup of hot butter and he throws it in his face. And he's like, ah!
Yeah, I totally took that from the BPL conversation.
What I really like about it too is you guys were going to come up with like, can we just transport like hot butter constantly over to the other ship until it fills up?
Yeah, you just
And they're like,
turn the
it's
replicator
burning
full tilt."
everywhere, and everyone's just boiling alive in butter.
The combination of a transporter and a replicator is just war crimes central. If you think
About
about it.
banana peels.
Yeah, I mean, well, the other idea I had was just you have someone beams over and you're like bone melting juice. What? And you just splash it on him, and it does that Ferengi scream like ah!
Bone-itis.
Oh my god.
My bones.
If this was in DS9 era or in TNG era, it'd be like beam his bones out.
If this was that era, the game is actually designed more for that era. And I've had to fudge around a lot of rules to make TOS kind of work. Because they did write it for TOS, but it's like limited in a lot of ways. But if it was TNG, yeah, you guys could get away with. You guys would not be able to do anything that you're doing right now.
That's the fun of it. Is like this is that era where you said it's that cowboy era of space. Like they
Exactly.
need people to man spaceships. They do not give a fuck if they're sketchy.
Right, you guys can't send subspace transmissions or anything because that's not like a technology that's on every ship at this point. So you guys have to like record tapes and put them on buoys and send them out so that way they just
Grunt FCA.
exactly. Yeah,
I create a micro wormhole and send a message.
Captain, I shall prepare the reel-to-reel.
you create a micro wormhole with the ship's deflector, and then half of it gets sucked in. The other thing
yeah, that would. Well, I mean, we have such a piece of shit, and here's in my head. Here's what I think is gonna happen.
Okay.
We go back to Starbase. They go, this isn't the mission we told you to do. We told them about the Starfire and everything else, and then, which is a good duty. We say that we actually beat a Klingon ship, which is amazing. We have the records of the Zhukov, the full printouts and everything. Zhukov's destroyed, and we bring in a Klingon ship for them to disassemble because we are at war with the Klingons. So it's a huge intelligence boon.
Yes.
And despite them expecting zero out of us, despite them expecting absolutely nothing from us, they're going to be like, oh, God damn it. And I expect that they're just going to put us in charge of whatever light cruiser bullshit design they have, like pre-Miranda class. And then they're going to put us on another mission that is just as demeaning, like go scan gaseous anomalies, and then war crimes start again.
We are Section 31.
That or they send us on one of the most suicidal, deadly posts out.
Well, that's what I assume is we're the throwaway crew, but we didn't die. They expect us to die or disappear or desert.
If you guys are lucky, you might get an Archer class scout ship, which can support up to I think 20 people, and it actually has weapons on it. But that's if you're lucky, and it's not a fun ship to be on. It's like everyone gets a bunk. I take top bunk.
I almost stole that Constitution class last
You
time.
may sleep beneath the Gorn.
Your expression last time, because people don't know, but before this, we had a game 0, a session 0, just Mike's first time role playing. We were figuring stuff out.
Yeah,
we didn't record it because he's brand new. We're all new to the game. We had to figure mechanics out. But there was a Constitution class, and Mike's expression was fucking hilarious because he's like, there's a Constitution class. I was like, yeah, let's steal it. And Mike's like, what?
That was a great session. You guys really broke me in on it, and I do have to point out that we had so much fun. I've seen Tex laugh. I've never seen him turn purple. Like, he was laughing so hard, he was having trouble breathing, which was crazy.
Well, it's because we were doing really stupid stuff, and in session 1 was so good because shit sick murder hobo goes down there because the guy
space station.
Oh, sir, we can't do this. And he's like, oh, and I'm like, motivate that man, and he goes down there and karate chops him in the neck, and he's crippled. He's still crippled.
I keep trying to put him back together. It doesn't work.
Daniel's.
The worst part was he left his post to come contact me personally instead of the communications officer, and I'm like, wait, so you left your post to talk to me personally? Oh yes, stay right there. I'm coming down there.
yeah. You hear the belt as she's coming down the fucking. No. So yeah, Daniels was an officer in the engineering deck that ended up becoming paralyzed, and they just keep abusing the shit out of this guy, and he's just barely alive because Grekek is keeping him alive by basically punching him. He's a
just have to get the spine aligned just right, right.
No, they don't have a Kira class in TOS, and Archer class is made up. It's non-canon, but I have blueprints, so we'll fucking make it work if it comes down to that. But no, I was also going to point out that if you guys wanted to get some of your disciplines and stuff up, because we have to get your values up, you have to meet your values. I want to point out, Ross, your values have been. You're the only one in this whole game outside of maybe Slar, who's having trouble meeting their values, because yours is like friendship, humanity first, a friend, uphold the law.
It's hard to uphold the law. I'm fucking being constantly beamed onto other ships.
That's what I think is interesting about this game, is to level up or to improve in any way. You have to uphold your values that you choose in character
and you get new values as you play.
Yeah,
I mean, I could argue that he was doing humanity first by not panicking and actually shooting the Klingon ship.
Well, hold on. Let's see. My values are never give up, never surrender. I think we've done that.
You haven't done Taco Tuesday. You've
Yeah,
said
every day is Taco Tuesday is the other one.
you have said fuck Vulcans, but you haven't done anything to kind of.
Yes, I did. When
Say
we
fuck
beamed over that
Vulcans.
starship, or when we found that derelict space station full of all the people chasing the map or whatever, I was like, I bet Vulcans are behind this. And then they were like, oh, Vulcan life signs dicked on board. I was like, I knew Vulcans are behind this. So I threatened to start beaming Vulcans out into space just to let them know that we meant business.
Yeah, you definitely have been fitting your values really good. Yeah, you guys just need, because I think the problem with Slars is you put 2 for hating Kirk, which means we haven't run into anybody named Kirk, and that's something we're gonna have to fix.
It's just gonna be like some guy named like Jeremy Kirk who runs bar, and he just smashes him with a boulder.
He's just like the nicest guy ever.
Yeah, and you haven't been spying for the hegemony very well, so you're gonna have to start figuring out a way to send data back to your
Spy for the hegemony. That's why he has the boulder. He just carves messages in.
That's good. I like that.
But yeah, I'm not sure how I'm gonna get some of these values.
And Grek's been doing good because he progressive maintenance. He's just been doing that on people. And yeah, and I think Orion just needs to start coming up with new fetishes for the crew members. Apparently,
Yeah, he's a fucked up guy.
yeah, being liked is better than being competent. He hasn't. That's one of his values for some reason. Yeah, he's gonna need to work on make peace over war.
Why was he complaining about low skills earlier?
Yeah, he's gonna need to do all that because he needs. Well, you guys need to get skills in your
Wait a minute, Crow. Following orders is upholding the law.
Yeah, well, you're upholding whose law exactly?
The captain's law.
All right. Well, your captain hasn't exactly been following Starfleet protocol, so you can blame it on him if you want to. But yeah,
I'm telling all of you this: that the captain has a key around his neck that will blow this ship to fucking smithereens. And because I know this ship is a piece of shit, this is probably before they even had a countdown. It's probably you put that key in, there's a spark as soon as you put that key in, and it's like 30. And then as soon as you put that spark in, it goes 1 and just blows up. Like,
Captain, I have increased the efficiency of this device.
God.
Slar has made up some of his values.
Yeah, no, you guys can. I'm just letting you know that for the next session, you should start focusing on trying to uphold your values. Not that you aren't going to get anything out of any of this. I'm just saying that you should try to put more into that, so that way I
reroll the values.
I upheld my values of being difficult and confrontational.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
He's been a Tellarite stereotype. And
Yeah.
I think it's just funny because he's like, Captain, blah, blah, blah. And I just throw a
Yeah.
bottle at his face.
He drinks it, so he likes to drink down.
Yeah, no. I the first one smashed him in the face. There's broken glass all over the bridge.
But it does no damage to him because his face is already fucked up from being a
Well,
Tellarite.
he's a Tellarite.
Yeah.
They
They fight.
How they communicate.
Yeah.
It's like hitting well, being assholes is how they show they like each other. Like if that's how they like if you meet someone who's like, "Wow, you're fat," and you get like if you insult them back, then they're like, "All right, this is good."
They're
Discourse.
the
I like you,
dwarfs,
buddy."
basically. But yeah, no, we got a whole bunch of classes of starships that we
We're
can go
almost
through.
up to 50 viewers there, Crow.
God damn.
Stop scaring me.
Hey, viewers, let's scare them.
No.
Everyone subscribe at once because it starts playing toilet noises.
I just like that it was
your spare change.
I like that
Go ahead,
every time
Ruben.
it happened, it was like on the bridge, so it was like you guys were like, "All right, captain's order," and then all of a sudden you just start hearing like fucking toilet being flushed because your fucking ship is just garbage.
We had to install furniture for the bridge, and we couldn't find enough chairs.
Oh, I did. I'm
But
so.
we made it work, fully functioning.
I do. I'm glad that you guys went to the meeting room because I was gonna make that as a surprise for anybody who went in there to be like, "There's the boulder."
Oh man,
I'm so happy.
But yeah,
Well,
next.
Slar's really happy. So am I.
I don't know if we're gonna play again next Saturday for sure. We're gonna have to talk it over because everyone's got things going on, and also there's another game going on entirely. So we'll figure it out.
We'll play this when we play it.
Yeah.
And the only way to know is to hit that bell for notifications on YouTube and to subscribe to the Courtesy Flash. You motherfuckers. That's what that's for.
Except it doesn't work, as we have found out.
No, it doesn't. I'm lucky to get like 500 people who see a notification bell out of 38,000 subscribers. So yeah, it lets you know how good that is.
Why don't you smash that like button and join the notifications?
We stream Monday. No, it's like Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, Friday now. So
yeah, guys, the Courtesy Flush is really worth watching for anyone who's here from Tech Talk BattleTech. That guy who looks really concerned at the bottom of your screen, that's the guy that edits Tech Talk's BattleTech, and you should support him with your love. And
I did the Brady Bunch thing where like, here's the story of an
angry lady
who punched her.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
No, we stream quite often, but there are days where we normally are supposed to like come on, but we stream whenever we want to, really. So if you see us on here, come hang out with us.
Yeah, I mean it's a good stream. It's a very comfy stream. If I have a bad fucking day, I'll watch the Courtesy Flush.
Absolutely,
it makes me happy.
But yeah, with that,
You deserve it, Crow.
Thank you guys. We're gonna get off here. I gotta go to the bathroom.
I don't believe in courtesy flushes. I like when strangers can smell my nasty dumps.
That's why you leave an upper decker. You shit in a floater tank.
I got a new vlog channel where I just go in and try out new restrooms, and I'm like, yeah, the seat's a little too narrow for my liking.
By the way, I just want to leave people this just so they know if this is worth it. I'm gonna drop some text wisdom on you. If you blast a huge nasty SBD at work, and you want everyone to know that you did it, go, hey, do I smell popcorn? And everyone does a big whiff, and they all throw up at once. It's fantastic.
That's how I get my kids. I'm like, hey, guys, you smell cookies? No, Dad! I cackle and get mad at me. My daughter starts crying.
Oh, man.
If you can fart bad enough to make children cry, you are an American hero.
Anyway, thanks a lot, guys, for joining us. I don't have outro music that we can use to like put the stream out. We'll just
take it away, Stagger.
It's the Courtesy Flush.
no. We'll just here. We'll just there we go.
What is love?
Baby, don't hate me.
We're gonna go back in time and fade out until next time. We'll see you on the next stream whenever that happens, probably Monday. Until then, you guys take care, and we'll see you again.
Hey, it's me, your cousin Marty. Listen to this.